Hello everyone. Hello. Sorry, we are just starting up on our end. How is everyone doing? I hope everyone is doing well. Doing well. I see you all in chat. Thank you for coming by. We are starting exceptionally. We're starting up a little bit earlier than normal. But yep, we're starting 3 hours again because we got a lot of people in last time. So, I thought that we could do it again. Give you guys that extra hour to talk and hang out with me. But yeah, I hope everyone's well. I really hope everyone's doing really well this fine Tuesday. I'm a bit tired. I have only slept, probably at best like 5 hours. But I hope everyone's good. I hope everyone is doing really solid. Just putting out the live stream to the everyone. But yeah, how is everyone doing? I will jump on camera in a second. Because let's go with that. All right. Wonderful. I'm just sorting out the last tidbits over here, guys. Just so we can do some extra bits and pieces. For those... Wait, that's not the right link. Oh, boy. Alright. Bear with me. Hold on. Damn, can I really not do that? Alright, you know what? Don't worry. I will get one of the mods to sort that out going forward. But let's move that out the way. I think this should be the right one. Ah, there we go. Hello everyone. Sorry, it's taken me a minute. I was sorting out all the socials. I was hoping to fire out a Discord link. You can actually click on the link in the description if you guys want to hang out in my Discord. But I couldn't pin it. So, you know, fuck me, I guess. How do we sound, by the way? Because I am using a different microphone. Most of you would have infamously seen in the past that I have used this one. It's kind of out of frame. It's a bit awkward. I'm currently using this one, so my voice should actually sound more like my videos because this is the microphone I use to record my videos with. But I hope everyone's well. We've got a hot minute before the stream itself starts. Let me say that. Let me say hello to everyone here. Hello. Let's go from the top. Hello, Anthony. Hello, Lizard. Hello, Josh. King Neon. Yes, Platinum, 3 hours early. Now we got to wait 5 more out. I hope that's not the case. We did that last time. That was way too much. They need to let Mortal Kombat die off. No? Hello, Angel. It was fun last time, so I'm all for it. Yeah, man, it was a good time. It was fun to be able to do something and procrastinate time with a lot of you, because I know a lot of you are probably waiting for it and probably might be wanting to do something or might be a little bit bored in the meantime. I'm good. Did you see Steph said they are adding new moves to old characters? I have not seen that, but I am all for it. You know, give me more stuff. We got, was it season 2 of the Pro Comp just got announced? So I'm all for seeing like new stuff. It's also really good. Is this also on Twitch? No. I only stream on YouTube for the most part. But depending on how these live streams go in the future, because I will be doing them a little bit more frequently, I might try to do dual streaming moving forward. We shall see. We shall see. Hello there, Feather. Sick and bedridden. This will pass the time. Well, first and foremost, Northern, please get better. Take care of yourself. Hydrate. Eat well. But thank you for coming by. Hello, Mafrino. Hello, Cat. Cat, was it you that recommended Final Fantasy 16? Because I finished it last week, and I'm pretty sure it was you that was like really adamant that I play and finish that game. When will you next be on Rips Arena? I will not say for spoiler purposes, but it should be relatively soon. Anyway, what do you think? If MK is again at MK1 and among the top games of December, it can't be dead as people think to make it out. Here's the thing, Mortal Kombat, as much as Twitter and a lot of channels are trying to push for it being dead, the truth is, and I hate using this comparison, but it does put a lot of things into scope, is that when it comes to Mortal Kombat, it's kind of the Call of Duty of fighting games. Like, say what you will about the quality as well as Call of Duty, but it has the biggest mass appeal because of its cultural significance. So it won't ever necessarily die. It's always going to be a cash cow. The thing is, like, the people that said that Chaos Reigns sold bad, that's more word of mouth. We don't have a real statistic. That's the really, really hard part. I would be adamant to agree because I don't think the quality of Chaos Reigns, you know, reflected in the price tag of the product. But I don't think that's the case. I think MK is always going to do kind of well, which is both a good and a bad thing, because I do think that the quality of... I think NetherRealm needs to kick up the arse for better quality and QA control, because we haven't seen this many bugs with an MK game since MK9, if I'm honest. You know, we had player one advantage. Ghostface most recently had his semi-infinite bug. It's stuff like that, which I think they really need some more quality control. I don't think MK will ever do, like, necessarily bad, but they definitely need, like, something needs to change. It's very evident that something needs to change. Hello, Switch 2 is a thing. Oh, yeah, I slept through that. I heard that people were whelmed, or underwhelmed, for that matter. Yeah, you should see me on Rips again soon. Oh, you did recommend it. Yeah, I finished it. I wasn't too crazy on it. The Odin moveset's really cool, but the rest of it was a bit for me. I wasn't too keen on that ending. I'm not... I know it's very much so open-ended, but I wasn't too crazy on it myself. I'm getting back to MK. I really like Lou and Noob, but also Ghostface, but I'm hyped for Conan. I think it's the same voice actor from last MK. I don't know. The first line we heard from him, like, ages ago, sounded really good, but since then it's been a bit trailer and Kombat Cast today. Yes, how many hours for Kombat Cast? 2.5 hours. So we are here early to hang out and chill and hopefully kill some time for you all. Hello, Halimi. MK is a code of fighting games as mass pop. Yeah. MK movie. Yeah, I'm cautiously optimistic. I didn't mind the last one. I know a lot of people didn't like it, but I've heard more favorable things about this one from people in the studio. Tekken, there's Tekken Plague. To be fair, I think that's also because Tekken's, like, the hardcore Tekken players, they're more PC. They're super more PC. I was laughing about Switch 2 things first. Switch is going to be for... Isn't it supposed to be as powerful as, like, the PlayStation 4? Which isn't necessarily a bad thing. Now you have to get the... I won't be getting that DLC. I will wait for it to go on sale, but I will not get it at, like, full price. I didn't enjoy the base game enough to incentivize a DLC purchase. Is this true Tekken player count low because of its technicality? I just think it's just because of where the player base is. It's kind of like, Tekken also has that kind of MK mass appeal, but the thing is, I think Mortal Kombat has a bit more substance in terms of player wealth and content, because of, like, the Towers of Time and the invasion stuff. It feels a bit more rotational. Don't forget, Tekken's only had, like, 4 DLC characters and then 4 battle passes. And some people aren't adamant about those battle passes. More of the hardcore Tekken players are definitely PC-based. But yeah, no, they'll still be around. They'll still be around for sure. I hope take note from Rivals, design-wise. Yeah, to be fair, I was, funny enough, I was having, like, a bit of a mental talk with myself of, like, character designs over the last few MKs and how I'm not, like... I haven't been too happy with them for a lot of different reasons, but I'll probably touch on that in a bit. I've been like there with 5 recently now, and add 2 for the rather than yeah, I'm very iffy on DOA. Most not because of DOA itself, but I'm not a fan of Koei Tecmo's like what was it? Their monetization practices of Dead or Alive are insane. Insane. The fact that the season 1 pass costs more than the base game is criminal to me. And it's for a bunch of costumes which you give to the girls to wear for them to wear less clothes, which kind of goes against the, you know, the philosophy of spend more to get more content. If you want that, Rule 34, I've saved you so much money. I'm watching this because I'm a subscriber. Well, thank you for coming by, Chance. You know, yeah, people, I'd say people play more than one fighting game. I've played so many. I've played them all over the years, mind you. But I only stick to like probably 2 these days, which is MK, and Soul Calibur. Despite it being dead, can we get some F's in chat for Soul Calibur? Because I would commit war crimes for a 7th installment. It is so depressing. Let's compare with Ultimate Edition and MK1. I mean, we already got Conan. I feel like that's treading on a very fine line between dogs and wolves. I just got completed Tekken 8 and understood it. Fair enough. What's the file size of Tekken 8, actually? Because I know that MK1's file size is fucking egregious. Because all things MK come here for fun games. That's fair, man. Well, thank you for coming by. I still super appreciate it. Yeah, it's supposed to be as strong as a PS4. That's not bad, but I still think the Stream Deck might have it be beaten out a bit. I haven't played KO F-Series because it was interesting content. I would. So the reason why I've kind of gone down historically about this, why I haven't actually covered KOF on the channel, is every time that I've covered KOF on the channel, it has an unbelievably like volatile fan base. Like it is it's the equivalent of the well actually guy. They are all seemingly like that. They feel kind of like a locust horde. Like if you make one mistake, they will make it like the end of the world. And I've made a few KOF videos in the past, but that fandom hasn't been particularly kind to me, so I'm just kind of like, well, if you guys are actively voicing your displeasure with it, I'm just not gonna make it for you. So, you know, you guys can have your videos. I will make what I like to make. Have you played Marvel Rivals? No, I haven't. I am a very, I hate to use the phrase independent. I'm someone who very much so likes to rely on themselves. So when it's like a team game and I have to rely on other people, I get really heated. So I try not to. Hello, Nicola. Hope you're doing well. When the Kombat costs, it should be in about an hour. Whoa, 2.5 hours. I'm doing good. Good day. Yeah, I'm doing lovely. I'm a little bit tired, but I'm good. I'm good. Tekken's still $60 in some places. Yeah, I don't know why the price hasn't gone down for that game. It's so expensive. Technically, complete copy of Overwatch, which I don't understand why the game come to existence. It's because of the mass appeal. I mean, you slap Marvel in anything, it's gonna do really, really well. But I also think that word of mouth and exhaustion of nearly a decade of Overwatch is another incentivizing thing. Hello, House of Shin. Hello, Mr. Joe. How are you? I would actually be up for that idea. Hello, Miss Y2. Hope you are doing well. Hello, lovely Valerie. Van, that's us. They do that too. It's very unfortunate because I would love to cover KOF, but it's just so volatile that it isn't really worth my time. So I'm currently in like the process. Like I'm doing a lot of, I have a lot of new games like on the cards basically for this year and moving forwards. It won't be strictly just MK these days. You got to keep in mind I've been doing this for nearly 10 years now. The most fun I've ever had in my career as a content creator was covering God of War. That was unbelievably fun. MK11 is like a close second, but God of War was the most fun I ever had. And that was kind of eye-opening for me because I'm just kind of like, ooh, I'm enjoying making content that isn't entirely fighting game oriented. So we'll probably be pursuing different other avenues in the future moving forward. But, you know, MK is always going to be a staple of the channel. I feel like there's always stuff to talk about, especially with the new series that I've been doing. Which, mind you, I am still in the process of writing this week's history of episode. And it's on Liu Kang. And I think this video, it's already, as far as I'm, like, you know, my writing process, it's like 7 pages long, and I still got to cover Defenders of the Realm. I've still got to cover the 2 animated movies he's in, and then I need to write up the conclusion for it. So it's going to be a bulky video, to say the least. Yeah, Creative Fire would be too broken, sadly. I can't remember He-Man just saying, I would have loved to have seen He-Man. How is the animated stuff on Netflix? Because when that first came out, there was a lot of controversy around it, so I avoided it. How is it now? Because I think it's concluded. I want to play Rivals, but I have a commitment to Sonic X Shadow. Oh, that's fair. Man, I was playing Tension G, almost got killed by a click. Oh, I'm sorry, Lance. Oh, my bad. I used to have it on PS1. Oh, God, I do miss Soul Calibur. So the T-1000 doesn't talk. I wonder what that intro will do. So the T-1000 should talk. I have it confirmation on good word. I'm pretty sure it's public knowledge that they have the VA from the movie into it. I know they showed off a little bit of it from the Season 2 Pro Comp. But that's like a really... I've got to be for real. He looks really unpolished there. Really, really unpolished visually. So I would probably, you know, take that little glimmer for what it is, but I know for a fact he has voice lines. Can't wait for Switch 2 just to play all Xenoblade games on it instead of new games. Dude, that's like me. That's like me with like some of my modern day consoles. I just play older games. Yeah, I'm doing good, YT. Doing good. I haven't slept very much. I'm on that dream sleeping schedule. But yeah, we're doing good. We're doing good. Really other comics violent. He was the stranger to gore. Huh, you'd be more of the expert than I am. I'm not a He-Man aficionado, unfortunately. My only exposure to He-Man was the early 2000s animated show, and that's probably, like, as far as it goes. That's as far as it goes, honestly. Fans said NRS are greedy with their games. Bandai Namco is worth their prices. I genuinely think that's more a publisher issue. As we know, publishers are the ones that dictate the prices and stuff. But yeah, no, there's a fucking problem with it, and it's not even just specifically them, but it's gaming in general. Gaming in general has gone up astronomically. In the last year, I said last year, the last 5 years. I remember when games were £30. More specifically, what was it? To make some of you feel a bit old, because it may have been before some of your time. Call of Duty World at War. You could buy that for like £30. You could buy Halo 3 for £30. It's a bit ludicrous now that we're paying for twice the amount, but probably the same amount of content, depending on the game. So yeah, gaming's fucked. It's why I'm very hesitant with games these days. It's why the only game that I purchased last year that I really felt like I got my money's worth was Space Marine 2. Space Marine 2, I felt like I got my money's worth. And I'm still playing that game to this day. It is a lot of fun. It's a very good time. Plus, it got me into Warhammer. All the games are better, to be honest. Yes and no. I think there's some quality control with a lot of them that, you know, ages them terribly. I do not like tank controls. God, I remember tank controls. That's why I really like RE4 Remake, because I couldn't play the original because I couldn't get past the tank controls. But I think when a game is given the real time to become something special, you get something amazing. Like Baldur's Gate 3. I'm a big adamant Spider-Man 2 fan, despite the issues it has. But as someone who's played Baldur's Gate 3, put a lot of time into it, that is clear signs of a game that has had a lot of time and quality control put into it, which is really good. And I wish more games had that time, and that publishers weren't so fucking stingy with making them force out another game to meet a quota. Also, hello, Mila. Kudos on the artwork that you put out, by the way, of Sue Storm. That got a lot of praise, and it's really fucking good. Good stuff. Wow, you're old. Don't I feel it? You gotta sleep into bed to get the early hours. It's actually very interesting about game Susan Law in the universe. So, here's the thing. I would love to get into it, but again, it's just like, is that hurdle was like, do I want to cross that? I'm not sure. I don't know. They haven't gone to a point of MK where, but I can compare it to the modern God of War games. In what way, Joe? Because I think the modern God of War games are pretty fucking solid. I think the biggest issue with the quote-unquote modern God of War games is how they actually set up Ragnarok and then didn't follow through on enough of it. I know the whole purpose of the game is defying Destiny, but we didn't get enough of the Destiny to want to start seeing that Destiny be defied. That's my criticisms of the game, though. Yeah, that seems far more likely in all fairness. Oh, it's surprising it's so small voice actors, so different voice actors. Oh, I mean, to be fair, if you get the guy who does the voice, Ghostface voice, you might as well get him to do it all. What's your favorite Cartoon Network shows? Courage the Cowardly Dog, and I was a big Ben 10 kid. I really liked Ben 10 and Teen Titans. Oh, I feel old. Well, I really loved those growing up. And just to preface, the original Teen Titans, not Teen Titans Go. That was after my time. Right, Patrick, file size being turned. So I have a sneaking suspicion that devs purposely bump up game sizes and do not compress them in order to have it so you only have one game on your console that you incentivize to pay, and any money that you could spend to buy other games, you would have to spend on the microtransactions in those games instead of uninstalling it, having to buy a fresh new game, which may be of the same size. And I'm of that belief, but I have a pretty bleak out view of like the gaming industry in a lot of ways, despite the fact I did want to get into writing it a few years ago, and I see it now and I'm like, no. Halo games weigh about 30. I didn't know the game had much weight. The original Halo. That's kind of crazy considering its wealth of content. I say that the original Halo, like, you backtrack through like half the game, but it's still like a really good game. I'm pretty sure I'm older. You might very well be. You might. I'm 29 this year. Actually, in 3 months. What do you think in the next MK release? Probably 2027. It depends on whether or not they want to commit right away to another MK game, or they want to do like another Injustice or DC fighter. Because obviously we had the call and stuff talking about what would be next for Warner Brothers games. So that's definitely on the cards, and I think with James Gunn as a new creative head behind the studio, they may want to lean into that a bit more. We'll have to wait and see. Creative development of Kratos. I think it's a mix of nostalgia and a lot of other different factors. Dexter's Laboratory. I was gonna say, if you're thinking of the Dexter the TV show, that would not be on Cartoon Network. Courage freaked me out. It was really weird, but it was super cool. What guest character would like to see be added to MK? Honestly, they've kind of done everything. If I was to pick one, I would actually like to see Judge Dredd voiced by Carl Urban. That would be so fucking cool. That would be so cool. He did an amazing job. Video games, fighting games, really gone downhill last year in terms of marketing business perspective. I think that there's not enough bang for your buck. There's a chance you can volume up a bit more. I can do, because fortunately, I have I'm using my more alternate microphone, which means I can put up my gain a little bit more and be a bit more generous with it. I'm also leaning a little bit more forward because this microphone sounds very different when I'm over here. So I'm going to sit a little bit forward to you guys so you can hear me a little bit better. Oh, okay. Aren't you a cool kid? I feel like a cool kid. To be fair, I had to buy a new sound card because my old one was terrible. It was really bad. And and it kept desyncing when I was recording. God, that was hell on earth. So luckily that's been fixed and a lot of issues have been solved. But yeah, let me quickly catch up on the chat. Yeah, early 2010s was kind of peak. Original times destroyed by anti-mon Anthem movie. I don't watch the animated movie. I know what they do there. It's heresy. Also, hello, Wyatt. Honestly, I wish more games allowed scope and have more focus and polished experiences. I do too. I genuinely think that is... Funny enough, we were talking about Spider-Man 2 and God of War. Those are 100% games that are very clearly, very, very clearly games that are so good up until the end of their second act into their finality, where they are so rushed. They are so rushed. And I fully fucking blame Sony for it. Fully blame Sony for it. Like, because everything during the end of Act 2 for Ragnarok, as well as Spider-Man 2, after, like, particular things happen, no spoilers in chat, like, it goes quick. And it is a shame because there's so much build-up. But, yeah, I genuinely think that's a real big problem with games. I think it's rushed development, which is why I'm actually super worried about the Wolverine game. I really, really, want to like that game, especially after reading Ultimate Wolverine this week. That shit was amazing. But, yeah, I hope they learn from it. I really, really do. Have you played Red Dead Redemption 2? I have. I have issues with how the quest design is for that game. I think the main plot's fantastic, but I think the stuff around it isn't that great. I think mostly because you see monsters. And any shows you've been watching recently? Unfortunately, last night for the Liu Kang video, I had to watch Mortal Kombat Annihilation, and it was fucking awful. It is so much worse than I remember it being. And, you know, as much as I love doing this series, knowing that I have to watch that movie maybe once a week, maybe once, might take a few years off me. It may negate me having a soul. Have you watched Conan Barbarian? No, I haven't. I actually plan on watching them maybe this weekend or before his release, because I haven't seen it. Thoughts on Suicide Squad? Deserved. So deserved. Cal, yeah, you can call me that, Cat. Bandai Namco to bring back Soul Calibur. Who do you want as a launch guest character? I want Guts. I think he would fit really, really well as a gameplay. Honestly, maybe Eve from Stellar Blade, because she fits the archetype with a weapon really well. But that's just off the top of my head. I mean, I'd have to look into it, but just off the top of my head, I think that's an easy go-to. Mortal Kombat ASMR. Ooh. I didn't like Spider-Man 2 as a whole, honestly. Was disappointed. Yeah, here's the thing. I actually went back to try and play that game on New Game Plus, but I just wasn't feeling it. I'd love to, because I remember really enjoying the experience first time around, but I don't feel as incentivized to. Hot take, I want an Annihilation skin pack. I mean, as a skin pack, maybe. I definitely do not want a skin for Motaro, if that is the case, because, ooh, that look is goofy. Aren't you going to cover Assassin's Creed on the channel? I was actually considering to for a long amount of time, but Ubisoft is such a dog shit company that it makes me really not want to go anywhere close to that franchise, and the idea of them working with me makes me want to vomit in my mouth. Respectfully. But yeah. Also, hello 2 Trillion. I hope Soul Calibur 7 gets announced soon. I don't get rushed into development like Soul Calibur 6 did. I don't even think that Soul Calibur 6 got rushed into development. It's just, it is a game. Here's the thing. I have the very strong opinion that Soul Calibur is just a cursed fighting game series. It had to go through Tsunami, multiple cuts, and I know for a fact Soul Calibur 6, in terms of budget, was given a smaller budget than Tekken 7, and Tekken 7's release budget was minuscule in the grand calculus. The fact that we even got a Soul Calibur 6 is kind of a miracle. Kind of a miracle, honestly, especially with it getting season 2. But yeah, no, there's something about that series that's just really cursed. Because when what was it? When they got their Pro Tour announced, it came out 2 years after the game's release. And then what happened 2 years after 2018? We got a worldwide pandemic. So anything on that Pro Tour was cancelled, eliminated, zilch. Gone. So, yeah, it's just the cursed series, man. I don't know what it is. It's like each game has a different problem every time, and it's like they never seem to have luck with it anymore, ever since like Soul Calibur 4 onwards. Yeah, it would be really fun. Oh, you're 29, you look great. Oh, thank you very much. I don't feel it at the moment because I haven't slept enough, but thank you. I saw this argument on Twitter that MK1 actually sold well, at least base game did, but people insist it didn't, and guess I'm not very well liked. Not sure which one's true. So I can say for a fact, MK1's always gonna do well. I said at the start of the stream, it's the Call of Duty of fighting games. It's always gonna do well, regardless of like what the internet says. But you know, the price of a game doing well does not reflect in the quality of the contents of the game, which is pretty evident with MK1. There's a lot of really good stuff, but there's not enough there for me to say. It's not enough for me to recommend the game at full price. It's like everyone's saying, like what's been going on with Chaos Reigns and it not selling well. We don't really know that. It's honestly word of mouth. So we will have to wait and see. It's why I always take a lot of the stuff you find on Twitter or here on forums like as a pinch of salt, because as someone who does have like that grapevine and access to actually talk to developers in private about certain things, yeah, there's some things they can say, some things they can't say. I don't know anything about the Chaos Reigns thing. I don't think a developer would feel comfortable enough to talk to me about that. And 2, probably wouldn't know because they are there to work on the game, not have statistics for it. And I don't have avenue to that sort of information. But I think the game will do fine. I just said, like, I just hope that NetherRealm learn from all of this and have some real quality QA control going forward. Any thoughts on Tekken 8's second story expansion? I haven't played it. I need to take the time to play it. Ubisoft goes, yeah, you're not wrong, Kat. Despite the delays and drama surrounding AC Shadows, I'm looking forward to it. It's a team that made Odyssey as Greek mythology. Ah, God. I hate how you sold me on it, Joe, because here's the thing. Odyssey is my favorite Assassin's Creed game in the series, and it's because the sole fact it's not an Assassin's Creed game. I am unbelievably cautiously optimistic, but I will probably wait to buy that game on sale. I don't know if I feel comfortable enough to spend money at full price for a Ubisoft game. Because, I don't know, man. Just long history with that studio. There's a small last primary production because Tekken 6 didn't do too well. Well, not just Tekken 6, Tekken Tag 2. Tekken Tag 2 did abysmally bad. So that's why when anyone says they want Tekken Tag 3, they have no idea what they're asking for. If you pick 5 new guest characters for Mortal Kombat, oh god, I wouldn't know where to start on the side. I'm just gonna say, just off the top of my head, Art the Clown for the horror stuff, Judge Dredd, maybe someone else from the boys. We've already got one superhero character. I don't know. You know what? I'm just gonna go with generic off brain because it's right in front of my face. Khan the Betrayer from Warhammer, because having a chainsaw sword in a Mortal Kombat game is pretty fucking metal. Sorry, I'm gonna try to get to everyone. There's actually quite a few of you in here. Hello, thank you for coming by, guys. I'm really happy to hang out with you before the live stream. What's it, live stream? Combat Cast. I would just say 6 is going to break gaming. I hope it does. The industry does need a shake up, and Baldur's Gate put the chip in the armor. You think you've played a game? Yeah. I've played Killer Instinct. I would really love to cover a Killer Instinct. God, would I love to cover Killer Instinct, but they haven't announced a new game soon. Sander, the Combat Cast should be in about 2 hours from now, my friend. So thank you for coming by. Hello, Bad Jokes. So I don't know Combat Cast. Yeah, so 2 hours. 2 hours, friend. I'm going to probably so enough to continue the series. Levels. Okay, yeah, that is very evident. What are 3 games that you would recommend at full price? Currently out on the market: Baldur's Gate 3, Baldur's Gate 3, Space Marine 2. Oh god, I don't know what else. I haven't played that many games. Maybe Marvel Rivals, considering it's free. Everyone seems to be really enjoying that game. I was saying MK1 because of the price. Do you recommend it? If you get it, so Chance, I will say it goes on sale frequently. Just wait for it to go on sale. You don't have to wait very long for it. I could at this point maybe recommend it at full price, but considering how often it goes on sale, just wait it out, man. Trust me, it's save your money, save your money. I hope T1000 starts allowing him to go in liquid. That'd be really cool. Maybe have the L2 where he turns in like the puddle, kind of like what's that character from KI? I can't think of his name now. I heard rumors Final Fantasy 14 remake is set to release, so I'll take it with a grain of salt. Yeah, I'd take that with a grain of salt. I got the Chaos Rainbow $25 and I got for my birthday. Honestly, it's not that bad. I feel for that price, that's actually pretty good. At full price, that's a hefty ask. Believe it or not, Call of Duty finisher does give off like MK fin. Yeah, there's definitely like a lot of influence, but I would actually say that probably comes from Halo Reach, because Halo Reach was like one of the first games to put in animated finishes like that. I'm decided to do a trailer for Conan, so it's here by now. Thank you very much for the kind words, Sander. I appreciate you coming by. We will be here for quite a while, so if you want somewhere to chill up until everyone is welcome here. Everyone's welcome here. Rivals doesn't count. It's true because it is for free, but keep in mind, it's a freemium game. Freemium. There are skins you can buy. Keep that in mind. Wait for the ultimate version for MK1. Better to wait for it. Yeah, that if you want the most bang for your buck, then absolutely. Glacius, that's it, guys. You guys are way more well-versed in KI than I am. I heard bad things about Marvel Rivals connection disconnecting. So I hear that lower like machines for PC suffer from like really bad like game affecting issues in terms of damage and performance. What mythology do you think God of War needs to take place? Honestly, the easiest go-to option is Egyptian. Personally, I'd love to go to like the Shinto pantheon, but yeah. That's what I would like to see things go. I don't know if they will do it. Witcher 3. Yes, The Witcher 3. Absolutely. That game is, like, up there. I mean, I'm even going to be covering it on the channel once, like, we get a release date moving forward. But yeah, it's so much so. I love that game so much. I've been considered, like, getting the signs, like, tattooed down my forearm. Really love that game. Sure thing, my man. Anytime. New setting commentary dropped for it looked amazing. I can't believe Assassin's Creed game. That's the funny thing, Joe, because it brings me the whole question of, it's like, is it good because it has the Assassin's Creed title, or is it good because it doesn't feel like Assassin's Creed? Like, that's the duality that fans are always going to have moving forward, and that's one of the reasons why I like Odyssey so much. It does not feel like that. It feels like a Spartan game, and I like that. And the story's really good up until they throw in like all the Animus Apple of Eden space bullshit into it. 100 titles installed to play, so I'll just wishlist it. That's fair. That's fair. I watched Venom 3 times, Craven 2 times. Oh god. I don't know why you would watch those movies multiple times. I watched a bit of Craven the other day, and fucking hell, is it so much worse than I could have fathomed. It is ass. Actual ass. Powers to you. Imagine Kratos in Japan, that's an image. It could be really interesting. I'm of the belief that maybe him and, God, you know, I'm not going to say it for spoiler reasons, but him and another individual of war could essentially travel out somewhere, try to solve like some god issues, and, you know, have a bit of a buddy cop thing. If you know what I'm talking about, you know. What do you think of Pro Comp Season 2? Really good. Really good. I'm glad we have some dates. I can already say and confirm that I'm 100% confirmed to be working and commentating Vianality. So I will be gone for the first weekend of March. I'm very excited for it because I like the Venality guys. But yeah, your boy is getting back into the commentary. We'll be doing it on more of a frequent basis. For those of you who don't know, I do it on Rips Arena quite a bit. But yeah, we are... I'm not confirmed for the Pro Tour, but I am confirmed for Venality. That I can say for certain. Also, hello, William. Hello, Yokai. Hope you're well. Thank you for coming by. It's about God of War. Kratos vs. Zero episodes coming to Death Battle. Ooh, interesting. Riot was doing what the OG multiverse did, and sadly they aren't doing well now. Ew. Hope T1000 plays like Glacius. I'm really excited for the T1000 for the sole fact that this is probably the closest we're ever gonna get to doing Chrome. This is the closest we're ever gonna get to doing it, and I'm really excited for that. Assassin's Creed doesn't feel like Assassin's Creed anymore. I felt like the series went downhill after Black Flag. I would say that Black Flag was the first sign of them stepping away from it, but I wouldn't say that's necessarily like a bad thing. Sue Maniskin's worth full price Marvel Rivals support. Yeah, that movie's terrible. That movie's so bad. I haven't like made it far, and I need to finish that movie just so I can say I finished it. But fuck, is it bad so far? It's like really ass. Valerie, we literally live in the same house together. I actually like playing Unity with a friend. I hear the launch was poor though. Yeah, that I hear a lot as well. I wasn't kind of gaming around that time because I was at university, but yeah, I hear that a lot. Do you think next MK will stick with Liu Kang era or go back to the old timelines? I think there's an inherent conundrum that we do have here of if they do not commit, then it makes it look like they didn't have faith and that they caved to peer pressure. And if they do, then we put ourselves nearly in the same position we did for this game, which is reboot scary, we don't know what's happening again. Personally, I would much prefer continuation from what we got of 9 to 11, because I like MK1. I like its character renditions for sure. I think they do a lot of things right, but they do a fuck ton wrong, and I think that creates a lot of problems and divide within the community, because if it's 50-50, then you've never hit that 100 mark to begin with, and it's become very problematic. So I'm fine with them maybe continuing things from the older canon, because they do have like a gateway out, and they do have the gateway out through the Katana and Liu Kang ending from MK11. That is the only way they can follow that continuity. You can let the Aftermath canon live and exist how it is, but that is the only other straight shot they have if they want to like retain any sense of canon moving forward. But that needs to be the extent of it. Like they cannot tackle that shit anymore. I said even before MK1 was announced, we need to get rid of the hourglass. It needs to go. It needs to go. I thought Origins was a masterpiece. I heard Valhalla was okay. I think I really did not like Origins very much, but that's because I went from Odyssey to Origins, so the content that was there felt a lot less. So I feel like Origin felt worse by me playing Odyssey beforehand. Yeah, the T1000 should have a ninja outfit. Conan must be Fire made gameplay. Yeah, this is he needs to be good. He needs to be good. But yeah, I think NetherRealm could actually really benefit from having maybe, because I don't like the incentive of add more writers. Having too many cooks in the kitchen tends to spoil the broth, as they say. Have maybe 4 writers. Like it's one thing I have said and I have advocated for, and I wish they'd fucking reach out to me about it, because I would love to do it. Reach out to me to be a fucking narrative consultant. Let me check over your shit like a teacher, just to make sure, like, this seems good. I listen and I talk to the fandom. It gives me an opportunity to say what works, what doesn't work with a modern day audience, what people like, what people don't like. Fucking hire me, please. I will do that shit for free if need be. But I feel like that would be really beneficial. And hell, it doesn't even need to be me. It could be fucking Fourth Snake or anyone that's more, like, narratively savvy in it. Get John Tobias or Vogel in. Like, to just get someone to just check over it. That would be so good. But rant aside, let me catch up and chat. I don't have them continue with New Era. Yeah, that's what I mean. It's such a mixed bag. It's so divisive. I'm doing well, Dark King. I hope you're doing good and well yourself. I'm okay with the game at the moment. I'm looking forward to this patch that's coming up. I hope it's really healthy for the game, especially with Pro Comp 2. Do they call the next game MK2? I hope not. I think MK1's a terrible name. I tell you why. Because when I have to make a video for it and type in Mortal Kombat 1 to get the logo as a PNG, it just brings up the one from this fucking game. It's made my job so much harder than it has to be. Have good writing because like 10 minutes of story has something going. Yeah, no, the story is great up until basically the Melina chapter. The Melina chapter is like where everything crumbles for me. Because I will gladly say and proclaim, but I nailed it. I nailed it when it came to my theories when I said that both Aftermath timelines could work, and they fucking intertwined exactly like how I predicted. Which is both a really cool thing to get right, but also a really terrible thing, because it's a fucking monkey's paw of something that I did not want to happen. Like, what is it? It's like the phrase burdened with knowledge. Ugh. Well, yeah, let me catch up in chat. Did KP2 cost 50? I'm pretty sure it did. It was quite expensive. To be fair, if Snake was to do it, I like Snake and he's a good friend of mine. He'd probably have an aneurysm straight up as well. From the amount of... Because here's the thing, right? There's a lot of things I can say and I can't say. There was a shit ton of stuff I know that did get fucking cut from this game. Some of it is still in the game now. And some of you are seeing some of the stuff that was cut in the game. I know that for a fact. Like, I know for a fact that Ermac and Quan Chi were originally designed to be on base roster for the game. Because guess what, guys? I had the roster list since 2020. Was it? It was like 2020, 2021. I had it for ages. And I knew they were part... On that list, they were part of the base roster. Takedo and everything else, that I had no idea about. But yeah. What info do you know? Some stuff I can say, some stuff I can't say. But yeah, I know that this game had, like, a lot of cuts. Like, I know... It should be pretty evident, guys. And I shouldn't have to say it, but it's very clear that, like, some corners were cut from Chaos Reigns. But I can 1000% say that wasn't on the NRS side of things. So I will leave it there. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff that happens. The first 7 chapters are so good. They're really good. They're really good. And some of the writing for it's actually pretty excellent for the most part. It's just that it's a little bit... I think consultants are detriment to storytelling, just my narrative. I'd much rather have you tell story. That would be nice as well, but the thing is, how I perceive and see Mortal Kombat and how a lot of other people see Mortal Kombat are very different. And I would probably absolutely kill some people's favorite characters on purpose out of spite. I think new, it's crazy. I mean, people don't like change. Change for the sake of change can be both good and bad. I'm fine with either. I've been covering this series for so fucking long, tackled so many different continuities, that it's all kind of a blur for me at this point. MK1 came out long before it needed to. Suicide Squad delayed. Yeah, no, I think the release schedules for Suicide Squad and MK1 got switched. It made no sense. It made no sense for NetherRealm to break that annual release cycle at all. And you could tell with the release of Ermac, which came out the same time the Suicide Squad did, that something had changed. So, I don't know, man. It's really problematic. What about the next game focusing on Elder Gods theme, for example? Maybe. I'm very iffy on the Elder Gods, because I think conceptually they're pretty neat, but I think that they don't do nearly enough to be as special as they are framed as. My favorite guest character in MK1. I'm a big fan of Invincible, but man, did they nail Ghostface. I really liked Ghostface. Am I the MK man? I don't know if I'd say I'm the MK man. I feel like there are other content creators who are more MK than I am. I'd say Uncaged is more MK man than I am. He loves the series. I mean, even his name alone. At least MK1's better than Kill the Justice League. Yeah, but so is a hernia. Who would you kill? Don't be shy. Share. Who would I kill? What's the most annoying fandom of the MK Twitter stands? They'd be the first to go. For sure. For sure. I'd make it be so unnecessary as well. Like, it'd be literally like, what was it? Critical Role of Rocks fall, everyone dies. That would be it. Yeah, I saw they added Kill the Justice League to PS Plus. That you couldn't even make it free for me to want to play it. You would have to pay me to do that. I must consult the Elder Gods. In that instance, most certainly. So I'm quickly checking my phone, keep an eye on everything. Change difficult to progress for better or for worse. Yeah, it's a double-edged blade. It really is double-edged blade. So many fans complain and change story beats, then go crazy when they explore new ideas. Yeah, that's the problem. I think MK is one of those series that has gone on for way too long to a point where everyone has a different perspective of how they see the series. MK1 for me, and this is going to be very unpopular opinions coming your way. MK1 for me has my favorite base roster, maybe outside of 9. Because not in any MK game would I get Takeda, Havoc, and Shao playable. I really like the base roster. In terms of gameplay, no. MK1 has way too many gameplay issues that I do not like. Whilst I enjoyed the cameo system for the first year or so, it's lost its luster to me very quickly. I think the balanced rotational meta around cameos drives me up the fucking wall. I think the bugs and issues drive me unbelievably insane. But I can still say, yeah, that has my favorite roster. I like a lot of the renditions of characters. But the thing is, they also took my boy Havoc, who, mind you, I waited 15 years for. Which, also, mind you guys, I traveled to EVO. I spent 1,700 to effectively react to a trailer of Dairu cosplaying Havoc. If you think you have it rough, just keep that in mind. I've waited over half my life for that trailer. To spend that money on a Dairu cosplay. Dairu. So, with my frustration and expensive money aside, might be a hot day of hand Ghostface so boring. I really like Ghostface. I found him really, really fun. Not all Edenians, but I feel like the Jade and Melina stands are definitely asking for some kind of hell to be rained upon them. Hello, Zam. Melina stands. Base fucking one of the best rosters. I really like it. I really, really, really like the base roster. But, me liking the base roster doesn't, correlate to my enjoyment of the rest of the game. It's like, I think MK11 has a wealth of content. It's just a shame that the gameplay is not something I particularly enjoy. And I went back and played MK11 recently, and I still, my opinions of it do not change. I want characterization. You almost sold me an MK1. I mean, hey man, like I said, just wait for a sale, man. Just wait for a sale. You'll be good. You're scary. I can be when I'm spending that sort of money. Yeah, I wasn't too pleased with how they handled it. Confused, right? Yeah, again, it was like I was thinking about like the general sex appeal surrounding MK, and I openly said for a considerable like long time now that it's kind of been non-existent, and the characterizations for the utilization of like the sex appeal of characters has kind of been like just horribly misplaced. Like, here's the thing, like a lot of fighting game series do inherently have sex symbols to them. Like, you know, for Street Fighter, you got your Chun-Li's, your Camis. For Soul Calibur, you got your Ivy Valentines. For Mortal Kombat, you got Melina. But we didn't get, like, a rendition of that in MK11. Nor do we have a rendition of that for MK1, but that, like, let's say reboot. Excuse. But yeah, they shifted that sex appeal from Melina to Sindel for MK11, which made like no sense for the character, and it's just really weird creative decisions that I don't agree with, because again, it's like change for the sake of change. Like, it isn't bad, but is it necessary? Those are good questions. When it comes to no cost, people are the best. Yeah, no, never cost are awesome. I got to meet the guy who runs it. I can't remember his name. Fuck me. At Evo, no, lovely guy. No, a big props up to Nevercost. Because the funny thing is, with a lot of MK creators, we all kind of know each other. So it's, you know, I'm always happy to give out a shout out to those lovely people. I'm waiting for years. Yeah, they didn't do us great, Samu. I don't think that will be the case, Luke. I think WB have the like way too much of like a clutch on the MK brand. Plus we don't necessarily know if it's them or NetherRealm that actually own the license. It's really complicated, especially when I looked into it, because nothing's very transparent about it. In your opinion, who had the best story mode out of the big three of these past games? I'm probably gonna get crucified for this. I think that MK1 has better writing because Tekken 8, suffers from the power of friendship, which is a fucking trope I hate in like any media. It is too stereotypical. However, I think that Tekken 8 has fucking way cooler story moments and beats. Way cooler. I think the flow of the story is a bit jarring for Tekken 7, because Tekken 8 because it doesn't have like inherent structure. But I think a lot of people will find that refreshing. But we immediately saw the exact opposite of that praise when it came to the second expanded like free story DLC. So it's weird, man. It's weird. I think MK1 has more to offer in terms of story narrative, despite its really big issues. But I think that Tekken 8 just has like really more fun. It depends. Do you want fucking anime? Do you want crazy anime bullshit? Do you want to punch the fucking devil in the face? Play Tekken. Play Tekken. Do you want a more streamlined cinematic experience? I think you'll find that with MK. Like, I don't think there's inherently like a wrong choice. But it's like, whilst they're in the same genre, they go in like two different directions of how they're handled. What do you think about Pennywise? I mean, I'd be cool with Pennywise. I really love Bill Skarsgård portrayal of him. 8-6 Bill, especially MK9 Shiva and MK looks so much better than N11. I prefer the designs of Cassie and Jackie, like the overall design aesthetic. But yeah, it's been lacking. It's been lacking. MK needs a visual free to take influence. Yeah. The simple way of putting it is that they need to be okay with the idea of wanting to stylize their games. And this has been something that I've had a real problem with gaming, honestly, since like 2012, which is using realism instead of the fantastical elements of the series it comes from. I do not like realism in my games. I am so sick of it. So sick of it. I think that, as critically acclaimed as it might be, I think The Last of Us 1 was the first step in the wrong direction with a foot taken that goes way too far. With wanting to implement more realism in games, and I do not like that. I do not play games to learn about the crippling sadness of fucking, what's that dude from, like, Silent Hill 2? Like, I don't need every game to be like that. And I feel like that is an example of it. Imagine Nosferatu. I watched that movie recently. It's kind of fucked up. I enjoyed my time with it, though. Would recommend, maybe. Seems like Tekken's appeals to anime fans. Oh, 100%. 100%. Well, I mean, don't forget, it is a Japanese game. And there's a lot of tropes of, like, Japanese, like, media that's in it. Some who, if you haven't seen it before, it will be really refreshing to you. But if you are familiar with it, it's going to be something you've already seen before. NRS has been obsessed with armor since Injustice 2. Yeah, mind you, I think that's also to probably tie into the game's gear system. And don't forget, when that game came out, everyone was crazy about gear in games. We had, like, The Division 2, Destiny 2. Like, everyone was crazy about gear during those days. Are you cool with Joan Crawford from Mommy Dearest? I do not know who that is. Also, hello, Aaron. Hope you're well. Thank you for coming by. Soul Calibur story. I would generally say so. I think Street Fighter's biggest problem and issue is that it doesn't know where it wants to go narratively. Street Fighter 6's story, as cool as it is, because it's effectively like their answer to a conquest mode, had no real actual substance to it. So hopefully that changes moving forward. I thought I liked it. Yeah. First characters that'd be really cool. I'm pretty sure the guy who made Bayonetta as well has discussed some interest in it. What was I going to play? I'll play Stray. That's fair. I'm saying that my cat, it was a Stray. Now he's just a fat bastard, but I love him. You think Kuai Liang would be great as an Elder God instead of Liu Kang, God of Ice? That's actually a half decent question. Maybe? If we're talking about the old Kuai Liang from 9 to 11, probably. The current rendition of Kuai Liang, not really. I'm not too sold in this rendition, but the previous one, for sure. Tekken 8 lineup they also lineup disappointing. Oh God. I think Eddie's a good inclusion. Lydia to me is kind of whatever. I love Heihachi. Heihachi's too fucking cool. I think there is 1,000,000% no reason to bring him back, but he's back. So I'm like, okay. As for Clive, I think he looks really fucking cool to play, because he basically plays like a Soul Calibur character. But I don't know if the whole weapon archetype fits well for the Tekken-esque style. I know we have Yoshimitsu, and he has a lot of crazy stuff like that, but it isn't quite as extravagant as Clive. And that's definitely a lot of influence from the Soul Calibur devs that are part of the Tekken team. Like, it's pretty neat, though. It's pretty neat. I just know that we're getting Anna next season, so I'll make a history of episode for her, especially discussing what happened, like, Tekken 7 regarding her fiance. But yeah, there are some elements that I'm looking forward to talking about, seeing, and covering. I never played Silent Hill. Me neither, but I have seen like a let's play of the new game, which is apparently really good. The only developers can use realism is Rockstar game. Yeah, And even then, like, it's crazy dumb bullshit, right? You kind of accept it, the sandbox for what it is. I think Capcom said it was a... I don't think so. I didn't hear that about Sub-Zero. I prefer realism. What design of... Yeah, but that's the thing, Joe. I think there's a time and place for it, and it doesn't need to be in as much media. And I feel like that's the problem. When you get games like God of War that, you know, handle it just well enough. I think God of War is the exception to that rule. There are some games that do not handle it that well. I don't Michael Myers. I'm kind of whatever about Michael, as heretical as that might sound. I know they reached out to him, out to Blumhouse during their trilogy, but they said no. And considering, in hindsight, considering how that trilogy capped off, maybe for the best. Maybe for the best. If Jinpachi comes back in Tekken 8 Season 2, I'm going to lose my mind. I'm really looking forward to it if that happens, because I think Jinpachi is really cool. But I don't know if the game needs more Mishimas. There's a lot of Mishimas. It's just kind of lacking 2 right now. 3 if you want to include Angel. Has been Hotel. What's your favorite all-time martial arts movie and star? So star is always Jackie Chan. I'm a child of like the early 2000s, late 90s. So I will always love Jackie Chan. It's either that or Arnold. As for martial arts movie, ever, The Raid 2. The Raid 2 is pretty amazing. Thank God Anne's coming back. I think the theme, unfortunately, for this, it will be X, should have been based. I don't quite understand what that means, mate. Could Kazuya compete in Mortal Kombat? There's no reason he would have an issue. Are we making a video on Virtual Fighter 6 when it releases? Maybe? Maybe. I don't have any attachment to the Virtual Fighter series, so I'm very indifferent to that choice and decision. Can we watch Conan, please? Yeah, once he's available in like an hour and a half. Also, hello, Thomas. I want to see Alistair and Peacemaker interact. Fair? I think we're 1 hour. Yeah, we're 19 minutes away. We are. This is the waiting room right now. I assume Blue Jack is terrible. Yeah, I've heard some stuff about that. It's not really my business, mind you, but yeah. Did they nerf him with the new patch? Who? So we don't know anything really about KP3. We've seen and heard tidbits and pieces like Kung Jin and Jade. Nothing's locked and solid in stone, but I do know that like something will more than likely wind up coming out. I hear that they hear the demand for Jade and Sonya. That's all I can really say. But that's also all I've been told. Best martial arts movie is Mortal Kombat 1995. That movie's such a good time. Do you watch the Rush Hour trilogy? Of course. Of course. Rush Hour 2 is like up there on my Mount Rushmore of films. It's so fun. And it's so not okay. Back in 2019, I wanted Brightburn. God, can you believe that was also a James Gunn movie? It didn't feel like a James Gunn movie. Tekken 6, the 80s on customization was done right and better. Tekken 6, I'd say where they peaked. I think from 6 onwards, they took steps back. I do not like how Tekken 8 is selling back a lot of the costume stuff, though, that way. Not a fan of that one. What's your expectation of MK2 movie to come out this year? I expect people to be divided. Because I hear things about it, and it's going to go one of two ways. I'm watching the 2021 movie last night because I was doing the story review for Liu Kang. It's not as bad as I remember it being, but it's also not good. It's like the most mid movie. I think MK1 Pro Comp coming back, they're doing KP3. They probably will. I know that Final Combat, the date of it hasn't been disclosed, is probably taking place in November or December this year. God, we got a long while. What do you think of use real fighters for DLC? Probably not. As I said, we're kind of talking about the whole realism thing. Maybe keep that stuff out of it, for the most part. Who would you do lore on from software games? I start getting good at Elden Ring. I need a YouTuber. Trust code lore. So if you honestly, the goated guy to look up for From Software lore is always going to be Varty. There are tons of channels that do supplement outside of Varty, but he's generally the go-to. I wouldn't mind doing lore on From Software games, but my biggest gripe with From Software games is that the only way of really learning the lore is reading item descriptions. And I think that's a shit form of storytelling. I think a lot of people overblow the significance of From Software story narratives because it's more stuff that's imposed upon by the community than actual, like, you know, world building itself. And I like From Software games. What are your thoughts on Snowblind, Kinkano, and Old Man Sub? I really enjoy Snowblind. I like it as an Elseworld story. This guy's a crazy person with how much variety his filmography has. True. And I also really enjoyed Creature Commandos recently. We finished that with my girlfriend. It's good. It's good. I enjoyed that. My only worry is that after the poor reception that the Suicide Squad has had continuously, it does feel like this is their answer to the Suicide Squad. And I hope that is not the case. Because I do not want one thing traded out for another. What else do you think Conan gonna be? Maybe a tiger? But Lao's a tiger. I don't know. He might just turn into a massive weird monster from the Conan movies. I have no idea. Which MK player you want in Dead by Daylight? Scorpion. I feel like Scorpion, like Hanzo Hasashi Scorpion is the easiest go-to. Oh, James was a producer. Oh, okay. Because I know it was advertised with his name on it. That's the only extent I knew of that movie. I like Cage Match. It was a fun non-canon movie. I enjoyed Cage Match. I don't think it was crazy, but it was pretty good. It was fun. Everything's happening. This is Floyd Cole, Taru, I guess. Honestly, I would much prefer a 4-2 ratio steered towards MK characters. I feel like that's a good ratio to have, though. Best MK game is Special Forces. Woof, Lizard. Woof. I don't reckon the funny thing back the Zebra. Oh, a Zebron. It'd be fun as a cameo. Don't get me wrong. I'd be down to see Zebron as a cameo. I want King Kano and for fighting show. That'd be interesting. I think Kano would probably get his ass beat, to be fair, considering Lucifer's status. I know people don't like Cole Young, but I think he is. I think. I do not like Cole Young, but I feel bad for Louis Tan, the actor, because he gets a lot of flack for it. Because his power and ability is quite literally plot armor. You could not make that up. Which is a shame. I'm sorry that Clown isn't discussed as much for horror guest characters. Yeah, if I'm honest, it's probably because, as popular as Art the Clown is, I don't consider the movies to be all that great. Like, I think the first Terrifier is not good. I think the second one is pretty fantastic. But I do think it overstays its welcome. I think 3 is just the right amount of movie. But that's kind of the problem with it. Have you played the Bloody Raw series? No, that was before my time. Are you watching MK2? Yes, when it does come out eventually. Opinion, Parker plus time. No, I'm joking. Thank God. Of all these video game adaptations, imagine if they announced a Dead or Alive series. That shit would be shown in. Yeah, it really would. It really would, and it would work. It would work. I'm a fan of Fate Stay, like the Fate Stay Night series. So, considering that was built off a hentai game. Yeah, it can go really far fucking way. Are you hyped for Conan? Define hyped. I am curious. I am curious, if anything. I don't know if excited's the right word, but I really hope that he has something interesting for me. Because I do like my sword weapons. I'm looking forward to a pageant playing role playing 2,000 Lords on Skynet. Yeah, that would be very interesting. I wonder if... I hate to bring it up because I fucking hate that movie. If they'll bring up Legion and, like, Dark Fate. Like, maybe Maybe Skynet found out about Legion. They were like, yeah, these guys suck. Nuke 'em. These kills, and they would have Fortin's performance. I agree with that, Cat. No, just Forrest Fox or No Face. I don't get the appeal behind either of those characters, honestly. Is it because they're niche? Because I do feel like it's because they're niche. Absolutely cool. Would have been a great Johnny Cage. You've seen his Netflix movie with Eco was. I know the one you're talking about. I haven't watched it. I think, honestly, that so here's the funny thing. This isn't the first time he's played a Mortal Kombat role. He played Kung Jin in the scrapped Mortal Kombat Legacy Season 3 series, which is a real shame considering what he left to do to where he got to now. I think it really sucks for him on his part. How long do we have till Kombat Cast? We have about an hour and a bit. Interesting characters. Lockdown's bad character has been. I haven't seen either. Kombat could introduce L demons, build the world more. I think it would be interesting if it's done well. It's because that's kind of like a thing with MK. Having something that's rich conceptually doesn't always translate to it being, amazing in game. And I feel like we've seen that quite a handful of times. I know everyone was pretty crazy about Dark Raiden, and then we got Dark Raiden, and they was like, oh, maybe not. Maybe not. Yeah, Terminator Dank Fart. Well, what a movie. What a movie. Have you ever played Odin Sphere? No, that's actually the first time I've heard of it. I do think MK2 movie will be better. I have been reassured that it will be much better. Which is good. I've been told it's much better. I'm curious to see Conan works if he's a mix of Tux, Kotal, and Rambo. Honestly, So, as you guys... Well, what's that? As you guys know, chat, today we will be watching the live stream and Kombat Cast for Conan. I will be reacting to the trailer naturally. Whether or not he's good or whether or not he's bad, I have no idea. I will say from my first few impressions of him, my first time I saw Conan, well, heard his dialogue, I was like, wow, this doesn't sound so bad. And then we got the gameplay preview for him last week, and I was like, I don't know about this. I'm slightly worried, because I think my biggest issue with Conan is that his animations look stiff. I know that's always kind of been like a talk with NetherRealm games, but this one in particular feels quite noticeable. And NetherRealm, with their sword and weapon characters, typically look quite good. Like, Fujin looked really good, Kotal definitely looked pretty good, but this one feels kind of sluggish, so I am on the fence with whether or not I like this rendition of how he looks and how he plays, but we're definitely gonna have to wait and see in that regard. But yeah, I'm keeping an open mind for it. I'm not sold on the voice from hearing his second voice line, but in terms of gameplay, he could be very fun. And of course, as you guys know me, as I mentioned in chat, I'm kind of a Soul Calibur guy. I like my big fuck-off weapons. I like swinging it around like a barbarian. So he might tickle that caveman part of my brain, but we're definitely going to have to wait and see. And of course, we're going to be reacting to it, so we'll find out that way. But yeah. Oh, hello, Mr. Tenso. I hope you are well. Yeah, his animations, they felt I don't know if I could say bad is the right word, but they don't feel polished. They don't feel polished. Yeah, that's a good comparison actually with Ashura. And I don't know if he looks oddly stiff because of the weight of the sword, but we got to wait and see. Conan looks like has arthritis. Well, Arnie probably also has arthritis, so real recognizes real at this point. JoJo's Bizarre Adventures still run, anime still not. Oh my god, that's still in the work. I haven't paid attention to JoJo, and then I realized like the last season came out, I was like, wow, that's been a hot minute. I love an MK spin-off game. Oh, dude, I would pay good money. I would pay such good money for an MK spin-off game. Lewis Tan should play Takeda. I wouldn't mind that, but I feel like he's a little bit too deep into his role now to take on another. You think T-1000 gonna work with the Cyberlink way? Maybe. It seemed like the perfect fit for it, but I could imagine the T-1000 maybe taking over those units. When is it starting? In about an hour and a bit. We got a while. Main issue is the fact that Conan could have just been Kotal, because literally, who's excited for Conan? I really do feel, really do feel that Conan is a prime example of a generational difference between the fandom. I feel like Rambo's fine, because Rambo's still a household name. Same thing with Alien and Predator, especially after Romulus and Prey. Fucking hell, did those movies revive the series? Dear God. But I don't see that same treatment being given to Conan. And I know the IP holders, like, they want to fill in the gap and void that Game of Thrones has left behind. But how can you do that if you're not making any actual Conan content outside of making him DLC in a game? I don't think it was the right call. He might be a sleeper hit. I don't know. He may have amazing moves. Some of the best voice acting in the game. Maybe even the best arcade ladder ending in the game. I don't know. But in its current state of what I see, I'm not convinced. Which sucks for me to say. But I'm willing to have my opinion changed. Conan O'Brien, oh Christ. Conan O'Brien cameo. You think your opinion Dragon Ball has been overexposed to the media? I wouldn't say so. I mean, Dragon Ball's been, in terms of like mainline canon, it's been kind of incognito because Super's finished up for the time being. They haven't announced the Moro arc. Plus, I think when it comes to Dragon Ball, it's just such an important part of pop culture in general that people will always want to see more Dragon Ball. I'm excited for Conan. I haven't seen the movies. Yeah, I probably watched that. Maybe when I'm editing this week. Maybe I throw it on in the background. Yeah, that could be cool, Feather. Anyway, see, I never managed to release the King Free Story expansion again. I have no idea. I have asked in the past if there was going to be any more story content or DLC beyond Chaos Reigns, and I was told that they couldn't answer that. So I have no idea. I think everyone Warner Brothers is just going to keep repeating the same stuff, reinventing the world. I think they're actually going to go lock in on the playstyle, just commit to it. So, if we get an Injustice 3, then we are 1,000,000% getting a reinvention of the wheel. If we are getting another MK, then it will probably be more legacy based. It's gonna have to go like one of those two ways. But NetherRealm need to just commit to a formula for a bit. They can't keep reinventing it every single time, because we went from MKX to MK11, which in my opinion was a massive step back. We went from MK11 to MK1, which at its core is better, but ultimately what I would say is overcomplicated with the creation of cameos. It's an issue. It's a real issue. I think the inherent game mechanics from 9, X, and 1 are much better than what they implemented for 11. I think crushing blows and regeneratable like meter is a really bad call. Well, but we will see. Osalo Street Dragon, hope you're doing well. Any news and cameos? Unfortunately not. Like, oh, hear my pitch. A new MK spin-off based on all the ninjas. You guys similar. That'd be pretty neat. I would actually be super down for it, but I do not think Warner Brothers would be. I know Warner Brothers right now, after the whole failure of the Suicide Squad, are not adamant, nor do they wish to actually expand in spin-off games. They're like, oh, well, didn't work out. Which is a real shame. Real shame. So teams with character strings such as huge difference in accessibility to MK11. Where do you rank him in the current meta? I haven't seen nearly enough Noob Saibot or played him to rank him, but he looks like a really compelling character with a lot of gameplay depth that will, if I'm honest, it looks like a character that will really come to flourish as the game continues to live on due to his complexity. Need a lock-in system. I'm sick of hearing them reinventing shit all the time. I agree. I agree. Probably addressed this, but does character chapter system hold back the storytelling? I don't think so. I think there's generally problems and issues, especially with jumping from place to place, but it feels like a more well-rounded narrative. We have seen that with Tekken 8, and if I'm honest, it was really jarring for Tekken 8. And I like Tekken 8's story up to a certain extent, at least the hype moments. But yeah, I think there's a lot of problems and issues. So, like, it's a double-edged sword, and I'd rather take a formula that works than something that requires me to know the entire 35 character roster of something, and then I just have to scrub my way through a fight because I haven't had the time to learn of Billy Joe Ho and his complex moveset for that one fight, and then not use him for the rest of the game. Like, it's stuff like that where I'm like, I'll take this necessary evil. Yeah, I've seen a film. If it's not my favorite, what character is this, Joe? Did I say someone? What about Marvel fighting game? I would really love that. Also, hello, pop culture fan. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for coming by. Seems like Street Fighter and Tekken have more fluid story because it's not being held by character chapters. I would strongly disagree. I think Street Fighter 6's story is terrible, honestly. I think it's pretty awful. Keep in mind that the Alpha series basically retcons its first 3 games of the 3 games it has. It retcons like Alpha 1 and aspects of Alpha 2 for Alpha 3, which is a soft retelling of Alpha 2. And then you got Street Fighter 1, but then you go into Street Fighter 2, but then it has the sequel, Street Fighter 4, which then has the sequel, Street Fighter 5, but then the Street Fighter 3, which takes place 17 years later, which is then the canonical sequel to Street Fighter 5, but then there is the time gap and skip in between that as well. I think Street Fighter has a terrible, sense of storytelling. Tekken, for what it is, has more streamlined storytelling, but it is kind of bogged down by, respectfully, what I would say is very mediocre writing. But yeah, it's problematic. It's really problematic. I think I really like Tekken, but it has an inherent flaw and trope to it. Will you be attending the funeral of MK1 this year? Yeah, I'll be attending it at EVO, where it's playable. Yeah, and at the Pro Tour, where it's playable. And also where there's like $225,000 on the line. I don't know where the fuck they pulled that much money from, might I add. I thought, was it last Pro Comp was 150,000, and now we got the bump up, 100,000 bump up? I don't know where that's come from, but alright. Spoilers for Megatron. They're so close to perfecting the mechanics, just a variation in one's moveset. Yeah, I agree with you on that one, Joe. I really, really agree with you on that one. What are your thoughts on guest characters? I didn't mind them for the first few MKs, but they really need to have characters that fit the mold for what they're going for. And I think general themes for not each combat pack, but for each game are far better. MK11 has a bit of a mishmash of it, mind you. But Mortal Kombat 1 feels like it's a little bit everywhere. It feels like it's a little bit everywhere. I'll be down for more fighting game. What happened to Tekken Cross Street Fighter we're supposed to get? We won't be getting that. Because Ono doesn't do fighting games anymore. With which I am kind of glad. Respectfully, as much as I like Ono for making Street Fighter, I think 5 was a real sign that he was still caught up in the arcade mentality of how games should work versus how they need to work. So yeah, it's a bit funky. Why we don't have a Marvel fighting game by NRS is baffling. I mean, hey man, they're on the Warner Brothers, which is like Disney's #1 like rival in terms of like what they want to go for. So it makes sense. It's just unfortunate. Tekken storyline isn't fully explored in terms of lore. The universe is very complicated. To be fair, it's very clear to me that the Tekken story is being made up on the go, and that's perfectly fine. I just wish that like Harada would own up to it. It's like, yeah, we thought this was cool, so we did it anyway. We hope you like it. If not, don't worry, we can retcon it or something. Because Tekken is known to like retcon aspects of prior games. Issue 5 MK character future. I take the 4 to 2 ratio. 4 to 2 ratio feels good. Doomslayer would fit. I agree. How am I supposed to get the giant robot? Oh, you guys talking about the Transformers thing? I do not know how that's gonna work. Honestly, I would actually be down to see an NRS style like Transformers game. That'd be pretty fucking cool. Now I'm talking about it. That'd be really, really cool. I'd love to see that. Original Doomslayer was teased. Ah, shame. It's been more than 5 years ago I've been invested in the channel. You're doing great with these videos. Keep it great work. Thank you for the very kind words, man. I super appreciate it. And I hope you all enjoy the new stuff that is coming your way. I know it's very similar-esque, but I want to do something that was familiar but different because, truth be told, man, I can't keep talking about the same characters and redoing them again and again and again. Like, I need a palate cleanser. I really do. It's not too late for Ed Boon to make fans happy and make Meat TLC. Let us play and... Well, I mean, I'd actually be super down to see him as a cameo. That'd be very fun. I have no confidence in General Kotal, so they gave us Conan. Well, don't forget, we've had Kotal in like 2 games back to back. So I'm okay with Kotal taking like a seat. The same way I'm okay with like Cassie and some other characters like that taking a back seat maybe for a game or 2. It isn't like the biggest thing for me because I don't have inherent favorites with MK, and I think that's actually largely due to the fact that I've been doing this for so long. I don't really have a favorite child. I just kind of like a bunch of characters, and if they get, you know, if they're playable, that's awesome. If not, big whoop. Is Conan bigger than Shout? No idea. We will only be able to see in game, but he a fucking... That boy has been eating his protein, to say the least. Transformers game, my memory, Helldivers meet Rocket League. That's a very specific comparison. Do you know when they are dropping the trailer for Conan? So, it will be in an hour on their Kombat Cast. Unfortunately, they decided to not release the trailer by itself. Which I really don't like them doing, might I add. But yeah, they're releasing it for the Kombat Cast, so it should be aired in the first few minutes. If MK one, do you think next game will be Injustice for So I don't know. But this is probably the most unknown I've been, because here's the thing. Whenever I release a game, they immediately start working on their next installment. There is like no downtime in that regard. But I don't know with this at the moment, because it feels like they're trying to change things, but they haven't been for the better. So I don't know. I guarantee you they're working on their next installment. Whether or not it's another MK, whether or not it's another Injustice, I have no idea. I just want it to be fucking good. I just want it to be good, man. Lego games, Star Wars games. God, yeah. Yeah. I still want Harley and MK. I'm kind of if about that. Like, I don't want crazy amounts of comic book characters in my MKs. But, I mean, if Harley's in there, it's not a deal breaker for me. Oh god, I did not watch that 1978 is way before my time. Way before my time. Marcus Phoenix. I would like to. I mean, I do want to start covering Gears of War on the channel once we get a release date. But we will see. Lego Mortal Kombat, that would be so fun. That would be so fun, to be fair. If Warner Brothers sold NetherRealm, who do you think would be the best studio to pick them up? I don't know. I know everyone was originally saying Xbox, so that way they could maybe get that crossover with Killer Instinct. But I'm kind of out the loop, guys, so you guys are going to have to fill me in on this. Aren't there a lot of, like, really bad fucking things happening with Xbox right now? Because I used to be a big Xbox guy, but I shifted to the PS5 like a while ago. And I was on PS4 for quite a while, honestly. I dipped out of Xbox once they released Halo 5. Halo 5 put the nail in the coffin for me with Xbox. And I left that shit. But yeah, I do not hear great things. Wish they'd go for some other MK title. Yeah, no, I don't know why Warner Brothers are so insistent on not making, like, an open world conquest game. I do not get it. Just Animal Crossing clone. That would be an interesting Mortal Kombat, like, spin on it for a mobile game. But, I mean, they let go of their mobile division. Hello, Alex. Thank you for coming by. I'm doing well. Hope you're doing well yourself. Maybe making games back-to-back can affect... Oh, 100%. I firmly believe that MK11... Was it MK1's quality might be the switch from Unreal 3 to 4 or 5. They keep saying it's one or the other. I've been told from a developer it's 5, but then I've been told from other places that it's Unreal 4. And it's just he said, she said. Sorry, got tongue twisted. Supposedly we're not getting justice for a leaker on Twitter said NRS's contract fault. I generally take a lot of those with like a pinch of salt. It's like the meme of oh, you read it on the internet, so it has to be real. So that's the kind of the way I see it. I'm like, we'll see. Unless like I see a visual of that contract, or like a former dev comes out and says it on like to me, then it is hearsay. Hoover's toys in the white suit of the huge that is Power Girl. I have like 2 DC statues here, which is Black Canary and Power Girl. Microsoft is going to hell. Oh joy! That's not wonderful. I have a question for you guys. Are you guys fans of musicals? I'm not a big musical guy. I will go to it if it's offered, but I'm not crazy on it. Are you hyped for T1000? You have any information on release date? It'll probably be in 2 months' time, realistically. I mean, that's the amount of time it's been in between characters. But I'm pretty excited for T1000. I definitely say I have more care for it because T2 is one of my favorite movies of all time. The studio tied to Xbox has made some awful decisions. Looking at you, Ubisoft. I had to finally see... Oh, no, that's such a shame. That's so sad. Absolutely, yeah, I'm feeling hard Xbox exclusives will be on PlayStation now. Yeah, I saw some bits about that. Give MK to Larian so we can roleplay it. Oh, Christ. Dating and cooking with Scorpion will actually be a thing now. I would actually be kind of down for that. That would be very funny. Please let MK be done with Arnold's characters. I feel like this has to be it. It has to be it. There can't be any more. A better spot would be, safe option would be Capcom or Bamco. I don't know. Konami, Ubisoft, dead off. Yeah, it's a grey area. We're having issues when they bought Activision. Doesn't make never. I don't know what Xbox has been doing, man. Like the last decade with Xbox it's been so hard to be a fan. I'm gonna be like that old guy with the walking stick. I came from the golden age of Gears of War 3 and Halo 3. Fuck knows what happened to those days. I don't know what's been going on with that. Like hell, I say it. I even plan on covering like the Gears series later this year. I was not that big of a fan of Gears 5. I have some real issues with it. But I don't know, man. We gotta wait and see. Hopefully things change. I think competition's really good for the industry, but I do not think that Xbox is really competition anymore, which really sucks to say out loud. Because I think with both sides competing against each other, it allows the market to thrive. Maybe we can play a couple of games of MK1 after the Kombat cast. I would actually really like to play MK1 with a lot of you guys, because I haven't actually had the opportunity to do viewer games, but I sadly cannot, because I have to edit the stream to upload the reaction to YouTube, and then along with that, I need to go right back to writing. It's a fucking... I'm so tired of writing. But hopefully, there isn't much left for me to finish the History of Liu Kang script, so that means I can sleep early tonight, do the voice work for it tomorrow, and then I will try to edit it out over the weekend. I don't know if I'll meet my deadline of 9:30 p.m. on Sunday, because it will take a while and I have plans for Saturday, but there will be a lot of good stuff. I have, so fuck it, you guys are here, I'll tell you guys now. Tomorrow at 9:30 BST my time, you guys are gonna get a History of Belloc video. I have worked pretty hard on that one, I can't lie. If you guys haven't realized, I've changed up my editing style a little bit. And that's mostly been because I finally upgraded my editing software. For those who don't know, for the last 9 years, I've been editing on iMovie, and no one has realized it. I'm now utilizing Final Cut Pro, which is why my videos seem a little bit more polished. So, yeah, you guys are getting History of Belloc video. I'm very happy with how it's turned out. Things should look really good for it. I'm very, very happy with it. Very happy with it. Mad Max Furiosa would be great. Yeah, I watched Furiosa, actually. It's really good. I'm not a Mad Max fan, but that was really good. You have any justice in the soul of MK1? What do you mean, Rummels? Also, hello Martin, hello Thomas, hello King of Games. Sorry, I just want to say hello to everyone. Where's Conan? Where's the trailer for Conan? 55 minutes. The time for it should be in the title, I think, unless I forgot to put it in the title. Scorpions and Fortnite wielding a gun. That's gonna be such a dark day. I hate playing Gears 5. I don't know what they were thinking in the story mode. Here's the thing. I like the characters of Gears 5, more specifically Kate and JD, but I do not think that Gears needs to be like a semi-open world game. I really don't. We're getting Kombat Kast on the same day when Switch 2 reveal. Yeah. Wow, you know, I actually thought about that. Mind you, I'm not a bit of a Nintendo guy, so I'm not really, tied into that. You imagine layoffs to game companies in the game industry. Oh, I would know. One of my friends, I say that, a lot of my friends have been let off by it. I think it fucking sucks. I think it's genuinely awful. My friend, for a very long time ago, I helped get a job at, the Until Dawn studio. What was it? Yeah, no, they basically fired her at the start of last year. It sucked. NK should launch a spin-off series focused on games' origins of characters. Well, Joe, they did have a series for that. It was called Mortal Kombat Mythologies, and people fucking gutted it. So I don't think they're very hesitant to go right back into it. People just don't. At least I was right. Oh, Green did an incredible job. She is so fucking good. Carrie Wall Green's so talented. She's such a pleasure to listen, like, do her work. What do you think of MK not getting any collabs in every other media, not Fortnite? It is crazy to me. It is so crazy to me. The fact that Rick and Morty has more of a grip on the cultural zeitgeist than MK is insane. And Rick and Morty has kind of lost its cultural relevancy in the last few years. It's insane to me. Or even inspiration. Yeah, that's crazy, man. New Year's E-Day absolutely gave me a glimmer of hope. We'll have to see it. Yeah, I'm hoping that E-Day's good. I'm really hoping that bringing back Dom, you know, whilst it is inherently fan service, I feel like that's what the series needs. I just hope it doesn't pull a Halo Infinite on us. I do hope it doesn't pull a Halo Infinite on us. When's the Kombat Kast? No, it's at 6. So it is 52 minutes. Supermassive Games Studio, I think that's the one. Because they have a studio outside of London called Guildford. Funny enough, I studied in Guildford for my university course. But yeah, I wasn't a big fan of them, which is why I don't support any of their products anymore. I thought it was really scummy and really shitty of them, and I did not like how they treated her once that news came to surface, because the bosses and staff started to treat her very poorly, because they were just kind of like, oh well, we don't need to treat you like a person anymore, because the more we treat you like a person, the more bitter it's going to be when we let you go. Like, yeah, no fucking kidding, dude. But yeah, I will not be supporting Supermassive. I do not like that direction. And whilst the Until Dawn movie looks promising, they can go fuck themselves, respectfully. Because they go doing wonders with Sonic, and that's fair. I mean, I know that the Sonic movies are doing really well, which is good for them. I need to watch those movies, maybe in one sitting. Would you ever attempt to do Dragon Ball content, whether that's the better games, movies, or timelines, or direction? Maybe. The thing is, if I were to swamp into the anime community, it would be a very easy trend. And no lie, you could make money very quickly. Anime is so fucking big. But the real problem and issue is that they also suffer from the well actually people on like a supernatural level. So maybe I've done some Dragon Ball FighterZ stuff that I didn't mind doing. But I remember I did like a DLC wish list, and everyone said that I was wrong or stupid for including Z Broly and Cooler because Frieza was in the game and Bardock was announced for DLC, and we got fucking Broly for season 1 and Cooler for season 2, and immediately they shut the fuck up. So I don't know. I find anime fans are they can be intense. They can be intense. I wish it takes place in a different timeline, like, yeah, but I don't know. I feel like I speak for everyone here when we say that maybe we might be a little bit sick of different timelines at this point. Say what do you want to do? Between Green Lantern, dropped the ball so hard they never touched it again. Yep, no, literally that. Literally that. Would you do Red Dead content on the channel? I don't think so. I don't think so. Oh, is that Mr. MK Habit Addict? Hope you're doing well, brother. Have you played Elden Ring yet? How do you feel on the 8 class 8 bosses? Which Night Rain drop? So I'm really looking forward to it. Oh no, it's you. Fucking I can't read for shit. I hope you're doing well, my man. Hope you're doing well. Also, we need like that room tour of all of your statues, cause if any of you guys have seen this man's wealth of statues, you think these are nice. He's got like these in spades, but for MK characters, it's insane. As for Elden Ring, I really enjoyed Elden Ring. I am looking forward to Night Rain. Whether or not it's good is something yet to be seen, but the quality of From Software games tend to be pretty strong, so I'm excited for it. You go on terms from Kombat. People are just. It happens, Dark Knight. Like, people on the internet being able to talk shit anonymously, like, that's just the nature of it. These be anime fans, but I go bored of it easily. Yeah, I mean, because here's the thing. I'm very, like, I don't know if I could say I'm an anime hater. Because I wouldn't say I'm an anime hater. I know what I like. I like Dragon Ball for what it is. I do not think it's high art, but I enjoy it. I like the Fate series because of the visual spectacle, and I love how it handles characters, bringing them to a modern age with a fun little different takes on them. I am a massive fan of Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, and I think anyone that says anything bad about it is crazy. I also believe that Naruto is just the worst. It was the first anime I got into as a teenager. I caught up to it like 300 episodes in and hit like 30 episodes of filler and wanted to rot. So I'm very hit and miss. I know what I like, but it fluctuates. Because if I watch something and I follow the hype, it's a bit much. I do like Fate series too. Except checking light novel was quite a shock off the anime. Yeah, the light novels can be pretty twisted. I generally like my general like go-to when it comes to Fate is the prequel, which is Fate Zero, Stay Night, Heaven's Feel trilogy, and Apocrypha. Those are the ones I like watching. I don't really care for much beyond that. But those are my general enjoyments of that franchise. Go play Elden Ring. I don't know why I haven't played it. You should. I mean, it will definitely be on sale when Night Rain comes out. But yeah, big recommend. Rule 34 is high art. It is. Like, you can't deny some of the talent of the artist there, even if it is smart. Like, that's just too real. It's too real. I was rooting better for Omni-Man from the start. I like Omni-Man. I just think he's a little bit too vanilla. I can't stop thinking about Virtual Fighter 6. Do you like the presentation of it? Because so far, it looks promising, but I feel like we need to see some actual like substance. Who do you think's Animality is? I have no idea. I suspect that it must be from his franchise. 45 minutes. Really, that's a bit harsh in your opinion. Yeah, I have that firm opinion, man. I have a real firm opinion of anime. I like certain things. Because what was it? So, it's going to ruffle some jimmies. This is absolutely going to ruffle some jimmies. Everyone was talking to me for a decade. And they would not leave me alone about it. And you guys know what I'm going to talk about. You guys know. About how Attack on Titan was peak. How Attack on Titan surpassed anything. It wasn't just their best show. It fucked their mom. It gave them a younger brother, and they became best friends forever and ever. That is like the levels of insanity that I got from the people that liked Attack on Titan. And I was like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna let this show pan out and just, watch it when it's ready. And wait, did I have to? Because, holy shit, did Attack on Titan take ages to finish and to get to? And by the point it had finished, any care that I had for the franchise kind of went out the window. And then I watched Attack on Titan, and I was like, that was okay. That was fine. I guess I found Eren insufferable from start to finish. But yeah, that was fine. I don't think it was terrible. I don't think it was good. I hear a lot of people are upset about that ending, but yeah, like I didn't think it was. I don't know. I feel like maybe what hurt that show the most is having it be so start stop from season to season. I feel like that may have been the biggest inconsistency with it. But that also means in the future they're probably going to say, well, we're going to remake the show but in one sitting and we're going to streamline things because we made a movie with an alternate ending now. And it's just like, I'm okay, guys. I don't need this much. I don't need this much Attack on Titan. what's my top show ever? Oh, I can tell you. If I'm talking about my favorite anime ever, probably Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. I know it's kind of like a generic answer, but it's like it was the first anime I chose of my own. Like if you put like 8 DVDs in front of me, for example, and you were like, pick one to watch. I want you to pick one because it was your choice and your decision. It was Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. And then I watched it from start to finish in one sitting. And I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. And that's probably why there's a little bit of favoritism for me. Because it was the first show that I picked and didn't fall into the hype of. And I had a really good time. I had a really good time. And the best part about Full Metal Alchemist, in my opinion, is that it knew when to not to overstay its welcome. Because I like shows that have a beginning and an end that, you know, do not have any crazy spin-offs. It doesn't need like some future recall, prequel, sequel, or like any of that shit. It's like, this is it. Beginning to end. Enjoy. And I wish more. I wish like a lot of other shows, especially in like the western side of the hemisphere, would also follow that same suit. I feel like it's really good. Because, like, how many spin-off series of Dexter do we have now? We've got, like, 8 series of prequel series, him as a kid, and then, I don't know. It's one of those. But, yeah, I feel really bad for Attack on Titan fans in that regard with the ending, because having to wait that long, I sympathize with that. Like, I genuinely do. I've always preferred Brotherhood. I watched the original. My biggest problem with the original is that utilizing films beyond the anime run, I feel like is a terrible excuse of trying to tie up some loose ends when it should be like part of the full product. And yes, I do watch The Boys. I should have seen the first anime adaptation about overstaying its well. Should have seen the first. Yeah, I feel like everyone kind of has one. I have another hot take to upset people. I like JoJo. I do not think Stardust Crusaders needs to be 50 episodes. That's a lot of anime, and there's some great episodes in it. But holy shit, is it a lot? Is it a lot? And I love, like, I love the absolute dumpster fire of stupid, dumb bullshit that is JoJo's Bizarre Adventures. Because it knows what it is on the tin. But goddamn, is that a lot of episodes to get through. Mob Psycho. No, that's always eluded my gaze, but always been on my radar. I absolutely need to watch Mob Psycho. Have you watched Squid Game? Yes. I watched season 1. I started season 2, but I haven't continued from episode 1. Kind of like how popular it was, I just kind of fell off it. I watched it in one sitting, and I thought, this was okay. This was okay. It's not crazy, but it's okay. I'm not into Dragon Ball, Attack on Titan, any anime. That's fair. I'm very picky. I don't know if I'd say I'm a super big Dragon Ball fan, but it's like had such a big impact on pop culture as well as myself that it's hard to deny it. But I think the quality of Dragon Ball like does fluctuate a lot. I know anime recognition. From the manga, I like it, but Brotherhood is definitely a lot better. Yeah, I feel like it's like apples and oranges for Full Metal. I don't like the original run because I think it deviates a little bit too much and goes maybe a little bit. I don't know if too dark is the right word for it, but it goes a bit too hardcore edgy, and I'm not crazy about that stuff. Walking Dead is a perfect example. So I go, oh god, is that real, Habit? Oh god. Didn't they run out of source material and deviate completely? Because I know they took like certain aspects from the actual, graphic novel itself. I know that after, Negan bashes in that poor bastard's head. But yeah, I know they just take like certain elements such as Carl's eye going, and I know that like, Carl becomes the series protagonist in the actual graphic novel, but that doesn't happen in the show for obvious reasons. But yeah, When's the cast time? 38 minutes. Anime. I mean, hey, if people like anime, man. Like that's not for me to ruin. I just have my hot takes on anime, but you know, it's never designed to take away from anyone else's experience. Like if you enjoy it, man, please do. I played Marvel Rivals. Did you play it yet? Nope, I have not played Marvel Rivals. I haven't had the time to. We need to go back to MK style, no guest characters, no original. I'm fine with guests if they fit. If they fit, then all the more power to them. But we need to have it there. People try to capitalize on Squid Games like making actual. Yeah, that shit's not okay. The fact that the entire message of that is lost to people and the whole tee-hee look it's a game show thing, it's facepalm levels. Facepalm levels. I really don't like Dragon Ball Z influence on Tekken. I mean, Tekken's always had a bit of anime injected in it anyway. It's just for this game, they went fucking balls to the wall with it. It's insane. So, is T-1000 going to be released in March or April? That's a good question. Well, it's always like about 9 to 10 weeks, so probably the second week of April? Did you know that Call of Duty collab with Squid Game? Dear Lord. No, I didn't, and I feel like I'm less of a person for knowing that. Halloween and Friday the 13th are two good examples of characters you want to see or franchises. Because, I mean, if they're done right, they're done right. When does it start? 38 minutes. Craven, Morbius, and Madam Web. The fact we got no original character MK around is really disappointing. Yeah, but it's supposed to be a reboot in that regard. Because here's the problem, right? Here's the real big problem. Everyone just wants MK9's roster over and over again. But the second they do something new and different with adding new characters, people will say wasted slots. It's Schrodinger's cat. Like, they kind of can't win in that regard. What a Fortnite collab with MK or Tekken. I'm surprised they haven't done one for Tekken. I don't know why MK is very insistent on being a niche IP. But yeah. Anyone remembers Cyber Shao Kahn? Yep, I do. God damn do I do. I hate the Sony, yeah, the dead Sonyverse. With Madam Web. God damn. Do you think there's an anime guest character that could fit in with MK? There absolutely is. I just can't think of one off the top of my head, mind you. With that said, chat, I'm going to quickly run to the toilet before we get onto the Kombat cast, but I will be back with you in like 2-3 minutes. I just need to go to the bathroom. So, do not misbehave. We're watching you. But we will catch you... Well, I'll catch you in a bit. So, yeah, see you in a minute. Alright, I've returned, chat. Oh, alright. Is everyone saying... Oh, for fuck's sake, of course I've come back. Watching from the toilet? That's a crazy message to read. He dead. Did he die? Can I keep the... Dear God. Hi, everyone. I'm back. Not quite dead. I didn't die from pissing. You'll be happy to be informed. Fortunately. It was an egregious task. But wow. Christ. How you guys doing? But yeah, how goes the big gaming, guys? Of course, we haven't got very much longer till the Kombat casts. Do we have any expectations? What do we expect to see? Oh, he's back. Can I keep the channel anyway? No. You steal my flip-flops. Well, I'm off. Have a good day, guys. Thank you very much for coming by, Dark Knight. Take care, and hopefully we'll catch you on the next live stream. Which will probably also be next week, by the way, guys. I will be streaming like an hour or two when Conan goes live and experimenting and seeing like what the character can do. If he's fun. Like to see is more creature characters like Baraka, Devourer, Reptile need more monsters. Terrified Winky Face. Hello, Mark. Oh boy, what do I expect anymore? Always something new for the stream. Anyone remember the Conan animated series? I think so. When does he drop? Next Tuesday. At least I presume it's next Tuesday. Should be next Tuesday. Oh. Well, yeah. Hopefully he is good. Have you played Ghost of Tsushima? So, funny enough, I did actually start playing it a few days ago. But I couldn't get past the tutorial because I was very exhausted at the time of me playing it. So, unfortunately, I can't say that I've gotten that far into Ghost. But, it's alright so far. When's the combat cost for Conan? 31 minutes. He does look very stiff. Needs to get back to MK9 roots, in my opinion. I think that they need to start just making their games inherently legacy-based. They need to stop reinventing the wheel. Stop with the whole start-stop nature of, you know, trying to make each game different. Because just building things up from the foundation like that, it just, I don't know. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan. If you can't build upon perfection, polish it. Or at least add new things to the formula that help it. You were exhausted. Could it be because you were gaming at 3 AM? I'll have you know I was writing at 3 AM. Although in saying that, I was actually downloading mods for Left 4 Dead 2. Which will probably... I don't know, you guys might see that. I might do a collab stream with a VTubing friend of mine, Dream. But yeah, we'll probably cook up something quite fun for you guys. I'm sure Conan's gear would likely be a sword. It will probably be his sword or his headband. I feel like sword is the go-to one. It's perfect. Don't change the formula. Ghost of Tsushima, once you get further, Callum, it's so good. Yeah, I hear it's really good. I hear it's really good. I've heard nothing but good things about Ghost. It's just I wouldn't want to do a disservice to the game by playing the game without my 100% attention. Which I feel is like the fucking least that game deserves. But I'm looking forward to it. Did you hear about the new DLC Zombies map? It's called Tomb. Kind of hyped about it. I wouldn't know. I haven't played a new Zombies experience. It's probably, if I'm honest, Black Ops 3. There was the one that came out with the gear and stuff, and I had it, but I played like one game of it, and I was like, yeah. It is indeed time. I feel like MK needs to stop with the time travel. It needs to stop with the time travel in the multiverse in general. But it is so unbelievably not part of the series formula, and I actively think it detracts from the series. I feel like MK9 should have been the one and the only time they did it, because it worked. It served as a reboot to the franchise and introduced an entire new audience to them. The problem is that they're trying to do that again 10 years later, whilst the people that were there from 10 years ago are still playing the game. I do not believe that to be a wise choice. Also, the multiplayer is fun. I do hear good things about the multiplayer, at least. That would single-handedly sell me in it. Yeah, Donnie. Combat Kast is not over. Well, not over. Hasn't started yet. I keep forgetting protagonist Ghost of Tsushima voiced MK1 Scorpion. Feels completely two different people. Yeah, don't get me wrong. I think it's great that they got his VA. But if I'm gonna be for real, man, after watching all the animated movies and covering the histories and this character, it will forever break my heart knowing that we will not probably get Patrick Seitz back as Scorpion. He's so good. He is so good. And it blows so much that we won't have him back in the mainline installment. And at most, if we're lucky, only as like the spin-off movies. Which just, God, he's so good. We didn't know how good we had it. The same thing with having Steve Blum as Sub-Zero. So good. You didn't realize how much I missed it till he was gone. Although I will say I do like Sub-Zero's new VA. Even if it does sound like he desperately needs like a cough lozenge. Of your account being about MK lore, do you think MK should focus solely on building its world and having more player? I'm not sure if power scaling should really be a thing for MK, because it comes like, it's so problematic once you introduce power scaling, because there are some things that work and then some things that don't work, and it can wind up being a bit too circumstantial and maybe a bit too strict. But there are like general things that like people need to learn and know of characters. Like, I do not think that a character like Kitana should ever beat Shao Kahn, and the fact they did do it, yeah, I think is just no. If it was circumstantial, fair enough, but it wasn't. Destroy the hourglass to make one universe. Well, they've already kind of softly implied that you can't destroy an hourglass, because if you do, the timeline just goes. One of T-1000 will have shape-shifting abilities. I don't think so. Depending on how much influence they draw from Glacier, from KI, maybe we'll get something there, but I don't think we'll get that. Drop all the mechanics and bring back chess. You know the crazy thing? I am I'm astonished that they never brought back chess combat, puzzle combat, or motor combat as a mobile game. As like a fucking mobile. I feel like that's money. That is money for those games on a mobile device. It is insane to me. It is crazy. What if MK9 gets remastered but censorship? I don't want censorship in any of my games, if I'm honest. And two, I don't think they should remaster MK9. I think that game's a very much so a product of its time, and it's really good. I watched Sub's voice section. Dude's voice is not that cranky. Yeah, no, literally. When I was watching interviews for him, he's such a soft, calm demeanor to his voice. It's really weird. But, you know, I mean, props to him. Greetings from Belgium. Hello again, bad jokes. I like both Patrick and Runyan equally as Scorpion. That's fair. I've just, you know, I was raised upon Patrick Seitz's Scorpion and VA. So he will always have a very special place for me. MK needs another reboot? Maybe. Conan's animality be addressed the giant beast from part 2. You might be right in that regard. Because we were just talking about it, and I said it's probably going to be something from the movie. If they don't give T-1000 a chrome skin, they have to. They have to. If they don't, that's like a war crime. Have you seen Street Fighter 6 My trailer? I have. It's really good. I'm glad that both KOF and Street Fighter can kind of coexist with each other, because that's been a real problem for KOF for a really long time. Really long time. For MK9, somehow Taven went back in time and tweaked his ending a little bit of players. Yeah, but then we wouldn't have MK9, which is arguably one of the strongest games in the franchise. I don't agree with every creative decision that 9 makes, but there's some good moments. And the game wouldn't be what it was even without its flaws. I wish Seitz and Epcar came back to play respective roles and prized them for their roles. I like Richard Epcar's Raiden, but I much prefer the direction they're going with the character because I could not stand the handling of Raiden from Mortal Kombat 9. Honestly, in up until 11. They lost me as a fan of that character because of just how they kept handling him. Him offering the Earthrealm Souls despite being in vain was just I was like, wow, what a fucking asshole. And then they introduced us to his ex-counterpart, which I do have some more sympathy for. But then that's kind of immediately undone with Dark Raiden, and then Dark Raiden's thrown under the bus for MK11. So I was like, okay, this is just stupid. Yeah, but that's the thing. If it's untapped potential, then it's just potential. Like, I have the potential to do a backflip in my chair. Does that necessarily mean I want to? No, but that's still potential all the same. Like, if it's just a cool idea at the end of the day, then it's just a cool idea. And some things don't need to be executed. And it's very evident that Dark Raiden is an idea that doesn't and can't be executed right. Going forward, I'm 1,000,000% fine with never seeing it again. Because I'm tired of being blue-balled of that fucking idea. Like, I find it, unfortunately, a little bit irritating. Because they keep dangling it. It's the same with Onaga. They keep just dangling the idea, and I'm just like, just fucking do it, or don't. Don't tease us and then not do it. I think it's just stupid. Is the Kombat Cast about to start? It will be starting in 21 minutes, but we will be tuning in very, very soon when it goes live. When it gets revealed, he has a skin based on the fan-made Chrome. I hope so as well. Dark Raiden ain't even playing. It reminds me of that Team 4-Star video where Goku's fighting Goku Black. I like that one. Try it, the black... I don't want to backflip in this chair. Fair point, they never really went all the way with it, so I'd rather have them not try. Yeah, dude, oh god, it's one of my biggest pet peeves, especially with fighting games, when they throw out like teasers for really conceptually cool ideas but never follow through on it. It's why I inherently love the idea of the Titans, because, you know, at least we have elder gods that are then active and doing shit, but like they do fucking nothing with them. Like, they are at best an idea. And I would have been fine if they just mentioned them, but the fact we had an entire, like, antagonist for it that wasn't all that is ultimately very disappointing. But, honestly, I'm confused why they dropped Dark Raiden. So I'm pretty sure that Ed Boon... So here's the thing. Ed Boon very clearly has characters he does not like. He really doesn't like a few characters. Whether that be Su Hao from John Vogel, because we all know that he did not like Su Hao. I think that same treatment and feeling is applied to Dark Raiden. And I've heard that he's not a fan of Dark Raiden. So we will probably never see a rendition of the character that's done well. Maybe to make Chronica playable and MK1 combos would be sick. I would be inclined to agree with that, Platinum, but we also do already have Geras. And I think Geras is a far better character than what we ever got with Chronica. Kung Lao and Kotal Khan gets bad treatment too. It's hard to deny that with Lao, because he's a man who eternally plays second fiddle to Liu, regardless of whatever timeline he's in. He is protagonist sidekick in every reality, and that's gotta suck. Head Evan doesn't like Liu Kang, but I could be wrong. I haven't heard that about Liu Kang, but I mean, hey, don't forget they also put him back into the main role for 11, as well as this game in particular. He's definitely thrust front and center. It's like Dark Dragon Luke can go once a season, never happened. Well, don't forget, Russell, when it comes to seasons and stuff, they are completely like non-canon. They are their own self-contained world and universe. So Take it what you will. I don't think it's anything too crazy. So I hate the character you created. Why you make it in the first place? Well, you got to keep in mind, Ed, by all intents and purposes, has only been really more of a creative mind from MK9 onwards. From MK1 to 3, he did a lot of like the back work for designing the game. Tobias largely wrote MK1 to 4. John Vogel wrote MK Deadly Alliance up until, I think it was, he stayed on for a really long time. John Vogel was credits on like MK9 and I think X. But yeah, he covered a lot of that. Of course, during that time, you had current writer Dominic Tancholo jump on from MK vs. DC onwards. And then you had Sean Kittleson from Injustice 2. And he dabbled a little bit in MKX, but he didn't directly write MKX. So it's not so much Ed's vision, it's a collaboration of like different ideas. And sometimes they fit and work, and sometimes they don't. You know, that's why I think there's been a bit of a whiplash from game to game. Because from 9 onwards, there have been less and less writers every time. There's a support second fiddle. What is it? Well, that was my favorite character. I think there's a player support. Yeah, no, I agree with that. I think the real problem was with Lau in general is how he's treated like that, which I do take issue with. So Invasions is non-canon. Yeah, Invasions is completely non-canon. Completely. I have that on very, very good word. There is the possibility that maybe some of those elements might wind up being canon a little bit later down the line. But currently, like, there are no plans. Think of it as writing out a bit of a blueprint. A bit of a blueprint for what could be, what can be. But, you know, it will fluctuate and change. Yeah, that's a pretty on point Vegeta comparison, sadly. If we get a vampire character in MK1, that'll be Cahill or guest character Rain. Yeah, honestly, I'd be cool with either. I think Cahill Greigesh could be really fucking cool if they do him right. Plus, I can't lie, after Natara has been treated in this game, and how Natara was treated in the 2021 movie, I think I'm okay with maybe pushing her to the side till she can be brought back in, not as cannon fodder. Or, even worse of a fate, to be voiced by Megan Fox. Because that's the living epitome of, just because you're hot doesn't mean you're good at VAing. Those are two different fields. Also, her interviews talking about it and then her relationship with Blood is so fucking weird, guys. I'm not sure if you lot, like, saw that trailer, but it is so weird. It is so weird. I don't know. What a character. Yeah, I mean, hey, would you prefer I dish your character or NetherRealm takes the time to dish your character? Because at least I will throw out criticism. One of them will make your character be voiced by Megan Fox. Did MK Mobile ever launch? It did, but it doesn't exist anymore, which really sucks. Really, really fucking sucks. How Part 2 made Harry a bit of a loser after how we just lost. Yeah, that's a real shame. I think that they did a lot of justice for his characterization, but did not do enough for him beyond that. He's not MK2, I'm coming for you. I mean, hey man, that's not for me. I like the ending he gets. He's so good. It's just hubris, folly, and cockiness. Yeah, that's why I have hope for him in MK2, because I do not like cocky, self-absorbed Lau. I feel like that has been a trend that's been going on for a little bit too long. And it's actually eliminated a lot of character that he could be having. So I hope that does change. Lesson learned, never hire Megan Fox. I mean, she can be good in movies. She's great in Jennifer's Body. I hear she's good in the weird AI movie thing and stuff. But, you know, VAing, maybe not. It's not for everyone. But here's the funny thing, and I agree with you, Belle. Suddenly, voice acting is a recurring trend in MK. I know for a fact people at the studio do not like it. They are not jazzed on guest VAs. So I do sincerely hope that that fades. Maybe forever. Maybe forever. I would appreciate that. I saw that there's a voice mod for Natara on PC. That's really fucking funny to me. But yeah. Do we like Scorpion's current character or the vengeful one? I think everyone likes the idea of Kwai being Scorpion isn't inherently bad. But the thing is that you can't really have 11 games of investment in a particular rendition of a fan-beloved mascot and character, and then immediately be quite surprised that people kind of take issue with it. Then why is it a WB thing? I'm not gonna say because I don't want to get in trouble, but you can make your own educated guesses. I guarantee you that. Just want to say I gave my AK1 just a ghost face. I'm only here for you. Much love, bud. Well, thank you for coming by, Will. I will say Ghostface was a lot of fun. But yeah, no, thank you very much. I still appreciate the support all the same. Wow, I'm somewhere. Hello, Nukes. They used an AI voice changer for PC. Oh, so is all the voice lines for her AI generated? Because although I'm not entirely against the use of AI for more obscure things, like there are certain instances where, you know, I've had to use AI for, like, I had to use it for Kahil Grygesh because there are no actual official renders of that character. It's fucking insane. But there needs to be... I feel like doing that and not hiring a VA is a little bit problematic. I know it's pretty rich coming from me in that regard, but I feel like, you know, that avenue would be pretty good. Yeah, Christina V 100% should have been the VA. He would have a chance if it was written good, but then again, who was? Yeah, I agree with that, Mila. Which is a shame because, honestly, I've always said, Mila in the base game, not Mila, sorry, fucking brain work, what the fuck? Scorpion in the base game kind of works, it's fine. And then you get to his arcade ladder ending, and then it gets worse. And then you get to Chaos Reigns with his marriage to Hirumi, which then makes it worse. And then he becomes a tutor of Hanzo, which also then makes it really weird. And then you get, like, him constantly scolding Cyrax, which is also strange. I till this day will never understand exactly why on God's green earth they decided to romantically at one point pair Cyrax and Kwai. Like, here's the thing. Sector and Bihan, they've always shared, like, a very unbelievably similar vision. So if the gender bent take, I'm like, alright, I ain't crazy on gender bent takes, but the goals have always aligned in the same way, so it makes sense because it kind of fits what both characters mean to each other. Cyrax and Kwai, one has zigged whilst the other has zagged. The most that they've ever had in common is that they were raised in the Lin Kuei. I will never ever understand that. Honestly, even with Serena, I'm gonna be for real. I like Serena as a character. I feel like we are actively holding Serena back as a character by constantly treating her as, like, Sub-Zero, like, Bihan's side piece. And they've not... It's kind of... It feels like a Mary Jane situation in the current era of, like, Marvel Comics. They are not treating that character well enough, and it's gotten to that point where I myself, I'm like, I don't want to see this anymore, because every time they try to approach it or do it, they fuck it up. They fuck it up every time. I don't want to see it anymore. So, I don't know. I wish I was more optimistic in that regard, but I don't like MK ships. Like, in general, I'm just not into that. I don't like that. The first issue, the first real one that made me go, okay, what the fuck, was Kotal and Jade. I don't know where that came from. I don't see the necessity of that relationship. All that really led to was, if you think about it, all that relationship led to was because they needed a reason for Kotal to be captured to be put in Shao's Coliseum. Because there's no reason why Jade would not protect her fucking boy toy at that point. They just needed a reason for that to happen. But yeah, it's a bit of a funky one. Kombat Kast is live. All right, let's shift, guys. Let's shift. Hey, there we go. Lovely, lovely. All right, let me turn on my headphones. We're gonna get the music going. Anytime now. All right, that's why it's on the mute. All right, so just a heads up, guys, because this is generally how the Kombat Cast works, and because whoever they hired for mixing cannot mix to save their life, the Kombat Cast itself will have very low audio. The trailer is going to be unbelievably explosively loud, so I will be mixing it a little bit. Keep in mind that what you see here is also going to be my reaction that will be uploaded to the channel in the next 2 to 3 hours, so I will be mixing on the fly. Just give me a heads up with the audio in the mix. Yeah, I'm just hoping it's good, man. I'm gonna catch up in chat. Shipping is slippery slope. Yeah, there are some that work and some don't. I think that the Tanya Molina one works on paper, but it's so poorly executed. So poorly executed. It's why I think that the Tanya Rain one works so much more, because it's handled just way better. Way better. And I'm not even a fan of that ship myself. Like, I just think that there's just more there. Who's Zara? No idea. I've all the MK relationships with boyfriend. Do you think win of Royal Rumble? I mean, Liu Katana is kind of always on top. Always on top. Yeah, the Scorpion Melina ship for a while was really weird. I don't know where that one came from, but I ain't crazy about it. Call me history the way she's fine. That's pretty good, Bubbles. I'll give you that one. You get your flowers for that one. Alright. That said, let me shift to this. Hey, there we go. Oh, let me hide the chat, or else that will get in the way of the Kombat Cast, unfortunately. Sorry, guys. I've got to neglect you like a bad father. Also, language barrier. The name of it is oh, okay. Tiny Rain, oof, that's gotta hurt. Yeah, well, I mean, they were just presented and handled so much better. Like, it's hard for me to not go, oh, well, you know, if these are written well, why isn't this one translated over as well? Team making ships that never putting those characters on a mission. Does that mean, we are unsupervised? No. At least not for the time being. Also, guys, I just want to say again, before it all does start and begin, thank you very much for tuning in. As always, I super appreciate you guys being here. Let me see, do I have a different screen cap? Nope, that's me. That's not me. That seems like a bit more appropriate for a reaction video, I would say. I wonder what characters will get new moves. I hope it's across the board. I do hope it's across the board. Because she's monster hot. Maybe for MK9. We were talking about sex appeal a little bit earlier. I think she's lost a little bit of that. Honestly, I think her MK1 rendition's tasteful, but it doesn't fit into like her previous iterations. It's tasteful, but she's also changed as a character, so I don't know. It's very weird. We'll talk about that a little bit later on. Can you see Sun Wukong as a guest? Probably not, because that's for mythology. It's not a specific IP of a character. Facts, I think Conan would have been great for next MK game. I mean, I'm open to seeing and being impressed. But we will see. The VAing right now is my biggest worry, as well as the animations. But, you know, I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm really, really wrong. I'm campaigning for Doom Guy in MK2. Brother, aren't we all? They need to start doing video game characters, man. Kratos was so fucking sick. I would love to see, like, another take with another video game series. Well, now Conan will face off against the... I'm gonna say, just because he is the Barbarian or Conqueror, probably Shao. Probably be Shao. Johnny for sure, he always has some fun lines. Who's another big beefy boy? Maybe Reiko? Dad Kratos. Lady Dimitrescu from RE8. That'd be an interesting choice. Although most people will probably only be staring at her and oogling. It's the same VA as Terminator from the last game. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy. Well, I hope his chops have gotten better. Because I wasn't too crazy in it last time. I want be Orchid. Orchid would actually be pretty cool. I would like to see a crossover from KI. That would be really nice. I think MK needs more conflict between characters instead of the main story is always surrounding around Raiden and Liu Shao. I would agree. I think X was a really... X was the perfect opportunity to kind of explore... I say that, 11. 11 would have been the perfect opportunity to flip the script because of the Dark Raiden thing. To actually put Outworld in the main character's shoes. Like, that would have been excellent, but... Alas, any chance of another Soul Calibur game? Not anytime soon. Which... hurts to say, because I love Soul Calibur. It's like, it's up there with MK for me. Yeah, the gender swap. I ain't too keen on gender swaps myself. Like, they're not like the be all and end all, but I'm like, yeah, is this necessary? Yeah. Like, hot is the female anime characters with weapons. What if they add an anime character? Who do you want? I feel like everyone's go-to answer as a safe pick is always going to be Guts. Be fair, I'd love Saitama, but Saitama's so fucked up. Raiden wed Sindel. That's an interesting one. Alright, with that said, everyone, we are going to be in the Kombat Kast, so let's keep an eye out for that audio. I feel like that's probably a good mix. Could Aang from the Avatar? Maybe? Alright.
Combat Cast starts now.
Okay. There it is.
All right. Welcome, everyone, to the latest edition of the Combat Cast. We're very excited to have you with us today because we have an awesome stream today.
Hype.
With we're going to show Conan today. So
Woo!
Before we get to all that, let's introduce ourselves. I am Tyler Lansdowne, one of the community managers here at NetherRealm Studios.
I'm Derek Kurtzik, one of the designers here at NetherRealm Studios.
And
All
I'm
right.
Stephanie Brownback, the QA lead here at NetherRealm Studios.
Let's do this.
So big day today. We're going to talk about Conan, but you may have noticed you haven't seen Conan yet.
Trailer.
I kind of saw him,
They've seen bits and pieces.
and he's existed for a while.
He has.
Okay.
For quite a while,
Yeah.
yes. But today, you're going to see the brand new trailer for Conan, and you're going to see it right now.
Let's
All right.
go.
Let's go. Let's see how loud it is. I need to mix it. Okay. He does look great visually. Even got the voice on point.
What grieves me most is that you murdered my pets.
Pets? They were monsters.
Okay, the VA sounds alright. Let's see if it's maintained throughout. Makes sense that he's fighting Quan Chi as well. Okay, visually he looks great.
Fight.
Jesus Christ, does this man have fucking baby oil? Right, big a neutral jump punch? Okay, he's looking alright. Jab, jab, launch. That looks really weird. Okay, some of his animations look a little bit better. Alright, I like that grab animation.
Finally, another swordsman.
You seem way too excited for this fight.
Alright, that looks so fine. Very Ashra, mind you. Oh, he's got a flex parry? He's got a charging launch as well. Okay, that's pretty neat. Alright, alright. He's looking better the more we're seeing of him.
Beware of Shang.
Okay, that was... Alright, that was great.
Do with snakes.
And he gets armored run? Oh, whoa. Oh, he gets a revival state. Okay, that's pretty sick. That's a launching low. Okay. The music for this is great, by the way. Projectile parry. Alright, he actually looks pretty sick. I can't lie. I like his toolkit. That looked like a really goofy reset, mind you. He just has a fucking yeet. Full screen projectile. Alright, let's see this.
Finish him.
Alright, that was alright. That was not as crazy as I thought it'd be, but it's pretty cool. Oh, is he gonna... Alright. Ooh! Ooh! Okay, I didn't expect the money shot. That's a...
Fatality.
That's actually a really sick fatality.
Flawless victory.
I can't lie. Oh, he's an ox. Okay. Because that... He's having a good time, everyone. He's having a really good time. Alright, admittedly...
There he is in all of his
Alright,
glory.
I'll touch on it a little bit
I've
later
been
on.
looking forward to this
But
character in a way that you were looking forward to.
he looks fun.
Like,
He
right
looks
up your
fun.
alley.
I'm not too
Everything
sold on
about
the
this character, when I
animations
heard
with
we
the
were doing,
cuts, like when
Conan,
he's
I was
jumping
very
upwards.
excited, so I'm working on
But
learning what
he
it is.
looks like he's got some
It's
fun
so
shit.
similar.
Picking up your
It's
cameo to
scary.
throw at the enemy is like...
So let's talk
so
about
good.
what we enjoy about Conan. Stephanie.
For me, I don't know if we've ever done a guest character that more captures the character, like in terms of aesthetics, than Conan. He is so tall and so muscly and burly, and our tech team actually came up with and implemented this new tech for his muscles, where like you can actually see individuals' muscles move. As
Oh,
he
some
does
muscle
swing his sword.
fibers.
Like, you can look at his
That
back and it
that's what I was thinking, Mila. Like, this man's got so much
like,
baby
you have to see
oil.
him to be like, oh my god, like he's maybe the most human-like character. Like, well, obviously.
Oh, thank you very much for the
massive
$5
human
dono,
in the
Xavier.
game.
The
He
likeness
was
is
awesome.
incredible.
Boys
yeah.
Invincible,
And
showing
there's a lot of
blood
people out there
pipelines
who this is
wouldn't be an
definitely
MQ1
their
lost Conan
archetype
movies
play
20.
and have not
Like,
been put in this game yet, so this is really cool.
true, it was actually Jason
obviously,
Momoa, funny enough.
Oil he is. I love.
So hello,
He's very
survived.
nice.
Long
Very
time no
cool.
see. Hope
I
you're
just
well.
love how
You just
big,
missed out on the
brutal,
trailer.
barbaric he is. The 3 Bs. He's got the 3 Bs.
Yep.
But yeah, I think he's awesome. He's huge.
Just chock full of armor.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just that, and that
Armor and oil.
Yes.
And that's
love,
just
and
me
I've
noticing
talked
it.
about this many times, the sort of the two-player animations where the strings that you actually have grabs in them. Conan has his fair share of them, and I really enjoy that.
Please,
very excited for
please
us to
play
show
like
him
Kotal.
later in the show. Stephanie, you'll be doing that. We'll be talking about Conan. Before we do that,
His
there are
gameplay looks
definitely
pretty
a couple
good, Survived.
things
I think-
wanna say we're
I don't know if
excited.
it's for you,
We've talked about this earlier,
but he looks
we've done
alright.
some teases.
Good
We're
presentation.
excited to officially kick
Fantastic
off the season
music
2
for
of
the
the
trailer
Mortal
as
Kombat
well.
Pro competition.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
This year, the competition will be made up of 10 offline events.
Okay.
And then a bunch of stuff just all around the globe. Prize pool this season of $255,000.
Nice.
Good.
Last year, Sonic Fox took the crown.
Probably gonna do it again.
Yeah, I can turn him up a
I don't know.
smidge.
There's, I
They
mean,
are pretty amazing.
everyone. I mean, that's the thing about it. Everyone's getting there's
Yeah,
an even
you're right.
there's an even playing field
You're
now.
right. You're right. You're right.
But who's gonna be who's next really to be the champion?
And also, a lot of balance changes and all that. So new characters, you know.
We'll
new
be talking about
players
those balance
coming up.
changes in a little bit. So head over to StartGG/pro competition to sign up and check out the official rule set. And also, as you saw the other day, we are now officially a part of Evo.
Yep.
So we'll be there
Good.
as well.
All right,
so
we
pro
know that.
competition's kicking off very soon.
Do you think I have a chance?
0% chance.
Yep.
Same with me. Same with me. Let's
God,
not-
wow.
I'm not-
No hesitation. Fucking
so
hell.
that's exciting. And if you, in case you haven't seen it yet, let's take a look at the latest Pro Comp trailer.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Mortal Kombat 1 Pro Competition.
All right.
As you would
More
expect,
pro
we
comp
have
stuff.
some of the best players in the
All
world.
right, let me catch up with you guys whilst this plays. Fun fact: I'll probably be commentating 2 of these, so I'm quite excited. I'm already locked in and confirmed for one of them. But yeah, I'll turn on the music so I can talk to you guys for the time being. Kind of, there was a second bar chance. Interesting. But yeah, all right. Season 2 looking really promising so far. I just hope that the changes that they've mentioned today will be enough to really bring, like, I suppose bring back all the players. T1000. He actually looks quite good in that shot. Is it me or does he look kind of bug-eyed there? Like, it's just 90% eyes. There goes my monetization today. Conan feels like Tusk. But I mean, well, they definitely kind of captured that.
Awesome. So the pro competition is coming very soon, hopefully to a city near you. If not, good thing to travel to.
Yeah, you can travel.
A lot of fun, people, great community to hang out
Yep.
with and even learn the game. Even if you don't think you're going to win, lots of great things
Get some
to do.
casual
and hang
matches,
out.
hang
Just have
out.
fun, play against the best, and get better. Let's move on to some stuff about the game. Let's talk about in this season of Invasion.
Sure. So, we are bringing back Season 2, which is Season of the Blood Moon. We've got some new rewards that are in there as well. You'll get some seasonal palette treatments for some of the DLC characters. We've got a couple cool new skins, but similar to what we did with Season 1, where we've added different mini games and added some of the arcade missions and things like that. So
Let
we
me know
wanted
when
to
it's
be
over,
more in
guys.
parity with what we had done with the rerun of Season 1 and continue forward.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the DLC skins are the most exciting thing.
Well, the vampire season's got some love, and so we wanted to make sure that like Takeda has one and Quan Chi.
I mean, that's cool and all,
Takeda
but
was the
can we
one
get
in
to the
particular.
gameplay? Like,
Well, I
I'm
don't
kind
wanna
of past this
keep spoiling
invasion
stuff,
swing,
so-
guys.
Yeah, either way.
Fair.
More's coming.
Fair.
Yeah.
We also have some balance changes and stuff coming. We're going to show a couple of those today, and of course, when the balance patch
All right,
comes out,
I'm back.
You can read what else has changed, but these are some ones that we found really interesting and
I
wanted.
heard we got some new moves.
We do for some characters you'd be
I
very
got some
excited
new
about.
moves too. Have you seen this?
I have seen that. I don't think that's really new. First up, we have Reiko. Reiko's enhanced charging pain knee didn't originally have any special properties. Now
All
it
right.
can, we've significantly pushed how much it bounces them up, so you can do more combos
Okay,
off
some
of it.
You love
bigger
combos.
moves.
I
Corner
love
combs.
the idea of combos. Me doing them is a whole different story. So you'll be able to do combos off of the pain knee, and we've
Okay.
also added some ways to finish off some air combos with them. We've given them a new air command grab.
Oh.
Which can be used for air combos, can be used for mix-ups. 'Cause it's
If you
still
can do
command
like a
grab, but
DDT
it's not
from the
blocked.
sky
Now.
Let's take a look
into
at
the
it.
into the tremor ground pound, that'd be sick. Whoa! Okay, that is a bump and a half. Holy shit. He's got a fucking instant air grab.
No, so
Are you fucking with me? That is
love it.
toxic
So,
as
like,
fuck.
obviously you can do to end air combos, but you can also get up in their face, do a jump, throw it on them, can't block it. Like
That's
shimmy.
ridiculous.
Hit him with the shim.
Another character that's getting a new move.
That's sick.
Really
I like that.
interesting. I'm going to be reading it so I don't mess anything up because it's a very cool move and there's a lot going on here. Raiden now has an overcharge move. So Raiden has a new move
Okay.
that's performed by hitting block while he's charging his electric orb projectile called Electric Overcharge. He stores the energy in the amulet, and after a set duration, it will explode, launching the opponent. It has a lengthy duration, so Raiden will have to pressure his opponent as the timer ticks. You can also, if you want to, set it off on your own to make them pop up. So let's take a look at that.
I was going to say, I need to see this.
Oh, great. So he's going to be back to doing some really dumb bullshit again. Okay, so he gets new properties on the launch. That isn't as bad as it sounds on paper.
So as you saw there, he pulled in the electricity, holds it there. He can continue hitting you, block pressure, and it'll pop when it wants to. Or if you find an opening, you can turn it on yourself and do a pop-up into a combo.
Very sneaky.
Yeah, something new to play with.
What else is there?
Katana fans out there. I honestly did not mean to do that.
Nailed it.
Katana fans, lot for you.
Okay.
Again, just like the last one, there's some depth here, so I'm gonna read it. So in this video, you're gonna see her start by putting her wind bomb on the fight line. She has a new move that plays off wind bomb, the wind bomb squall. This sends the wind bomb towards the opponent in case they're being overly cautious. When she performs the wind bomb squall, it also sends another projectile on the way to let her combo. Now, also in this, I'm sure you're going to watch this a couple of times.
Yeah,
you'll see that she
this
has a new
doesn't
special
make
move,
sense
an
on
air reverse
paper.
fan toss. And after that, Katana hits a jumping attack canceled into the new air enhanced fan toss, extending the juggle and allowing
I've already
Katana
checked
to
out. Just show us the
all
clip,
sorts
man.
of combos, and it will end in a fatal blow.
That was a lot. You nailed that.
It's a lot to say, and there's a lot going on
Can
in
we
this
see it?
video.
Didn't
Let's
understand
take
the
a
word
look.
of that. Okay. Okay, bomb set up. That's really cool. That's really cool. Okay. That makes more sense in motion. So she can launch the bomb now, which has always been an issue with it because no one uses it beyond just throwing it on the ground. That's good. That's really, really good.
So, Katana has a lot of new tools, which I'm sure Katana...
Yeah, I mean, that played out exactly as you read it to me,
I
really.
know,
Like,
yes, there were a lot of words, but definitely rewatch that. A lot of new ways, just combo choices with Katana.
Fans
Right.
coming from all places.
And also enhancing her full distance zoning kind of trap gameplay where she kind of excels in this game.
Right. So giving her a few new tools and some new combo paths and ways to trick out your opponent, or trick your opponent, not trick out, like...
It's not a car.
No, it's not a car. No. Trick your opponent.
Yeah, I mean,
Excellent.
it's
So
good
now
stuff for
let's get to
Katana
the
players.
main course here with
I'm not
Conan.
one of them, but good for
Tell
them.
me, eat it up. Tell me, what kind of players are going to enjoy Conan?
You know, there's some characters that are pretty tricky to explain on a stream like this because they've got all these kind of cancels and
Setups.
stances. Right. That's not Conan.
Right.
He is
Good.
incredibly straightforward. He is a big, tall, burly guy holding a huge sword.
As he
And
should.
He swings it, and he does big damage, and he has a lot of armor, and he is very, very straightforward. There's a little spice I'm going to go after.
Give us a little spice. Give us a
But for
little
the
spice.
most part, it is right there on the tin. Conan the Barbarian. We are not talking about Conan the Librarian. Conan the High Execution. Conan the,
Okay.
you know...
We get it. We get it.
He is not katana, like I just said.
He
Like,
speaks to my caveman
So it's
brain.
fun and
I
easy
get
to
it.
play.
Absolutely.
Heck yes.
You are going to hit buttons, and he is going to wallop you with a massive sword that's bigger than most characters' bodies in this game.
Okay, good.
Awesome.
If you
Sell me
like,
on the character.
Goro in MKX, Bane in an Injustice
Oh,
game.
they just coming right.
Kotal?
Speaking to you.
As we said earlier, he was made for you, aesthetically
Oh.
and in gameplay. Like
Oh,
if you
Thanks, everybody.
if you want to just hit a button and armor through, like,
If I learn
your
this
kind of
character
neutral
and if he
game with
plays
the
anything
projectiles
like
and bash
Kotal,
someone with a giant
I'm gonna have a
sword,
really good time.
You have your character. He is here.
That sounds good. That sounds
Exciting.
good.
Let's show them what you mean.
Let's just go into it. Yeah.
All right, let's see how he plays.
So I think, you know, a lot of times when characters hold a weapon, I'll say, and of course they use them in the normal.
Fucking hell, is he
and he's
tall.
no different.
Holy
you can
shit.
see his uppercut uses his sword. His jabs, instead of punching, their swords. His down
Okay.
three,
I mean,
his
he's
swords.
got a sword. He's got to use it.
Right. He uses it. It is huge, just like
I don't
him.
know, it
takes
feels
up a
really
ton of
weird
Oh,
in terms of
what's his
animation.
earpiece?
His gear piece is
The
his
sword!
So it is the sword,
He
guys.
also, though, has some really cool palettes.
Okay, okay.
Including some that are not just his furry trunks thing. So let's go into some of his more unique normal
He's a
attacks.
jumping
He has
neutral
back
jump
one,
punch.
which has really good range and is quick,
And it's advancing?
and it's very fancy.
Mhm.
They are highs, so the opponent can jab under them, but they're really good in the neutral. He also has forward 2, which is kind of his big standard bearer mid long range attack, and you want to go into, you can hit confirm into a combo.
chop.
The last hit is actually plus on block if they block the big boot, but it's a high, so you can duck it.
Okay,
You're gonna
that's
have
good
to
information to
trip
know.
them, commit to a special move, cut it out early, or you just commit, and if they block, you get advantage. Another one I wanted to show was his forward 3-3, which I think is one of the coolest looking normal.
It's pretty awesome.
I was gonna say that is my favorite.
It reminds me of
normal,
Soul
just
Calibur
the-
normal.
how it
Is that
stops, the
low,
way it
though?
does.
Yes. So this has 2 variations. If you end in 2, he does a quick overhead,
Okay.
splats them. If you end in 3, he does a low that trips them up, and he actually gets a pop up, and that's going to be one of the main
That's-
combo starters.
That's
Then
ridiculous. I gotta
wanted
be
to
for
talk
real.
About 2 moves that he has that he can actually charge at. So he has back 2. Swipes him up in the air, pretty standard
Alright.
stuff. If you hold the button,
You can charge?
you can charge
Oh,
it.
that I like charge moves.
Ooh.
That's cool.
Probably the highest pop-up.
It's
That's
a heck of a
ridiculous.
pop-up. Now he also has something neat from it. You can actually cancel it. You can charge it, or he can cancel it into a throw,
Okay, I mean,
or his fatal blow, which we'll be showing later. So if the opponent's standing there and they're blocking,
Okay,
it,
that's good
you
to
can go
have.
into a throw to catch them off guard.
Okay.
The same applies to back 3. See, he does this big knee, knees you in the gut.
I don't know if
or
I'd say
he
that's
can
a big
charge
knee.
it, and it actually knocks them away and becomes advantage on block. And from there, he can cancel into throw, fatal blow, or this move he can cancel into backdash or forward dash.
Okay.
So something you're
Okay.
going to see with Conan across the board.
So he's gonna
is
have
kind of
effectively normal
and then he
cancels,
can
which
do
is
these
pretty neat.
charge-up moves, and the opponent's going to have to decide: do they want to try to poke out of it? Do they want to block and then use an advantage? Do they want to just block and hope that throw and you can escape the throw and all that kind of good stuff?
So while being a kind of a pick and play brawly kind of character, also has some of those higher execution tricks he can do as well. Not super
they're
high
not
execution.
high
Yeah.
execution at all because
Okay.
you're just holding the button. And,
If that's high
canceling back and forth.
execution, then I'm in
A
trouble.
little bit of spice.
Little spice.
Yeah, spice. Oh, we said there would be a little spice.
And then the last normals I wanted to go over, which I think are the ones that appeal to you, he has 3 different strikes that go into a throw. So this one ends in an overhead and it goes into a grab animation. But this one is an actual throw that'll throw the opponent if they're blocking.
That's
And
so
then he has two
stupid.
throw, where he will throw the opponent if they're blocking. You can end combos with it, and you can use mix-ups, like maybe you go into a special
But
move
do
if
they
try to
tick?
jump out of the throw. And lastly, this has another little twist. If you do 2-2 by itself, it actually restands. So if you go into a combo, he can do it, leave them restanding. He gets a little bit of frame advantage, and then you can go into some of your mix-ups. You can go into that. You can go into a throw. You could
Take
go
it
into
easy,
your
Bocage.
4-3
Thanks for coming by, man.
mix-ups.
Excellent.
And then let's check out his throw before we go into a special move.
That's pretty good for animation.
Gotta love the throws. So much blood.
And here's his cameo throw. I love this pose.
He just over the sword.
So you can see that's his normal attacks. It's pretty much exactly what you'd want from Conan the Barbarian. Not a lot of fancy. He is not doing spinning kicks.
Okay.
He's
He
doing
says what he is in the
fancy
tin. I like that.
strikes.
This stage got real bloody real
I
fast.
was about to point that out.
Yeah.
And I'm
There's
not
a lot
resetting
of
it
red.
yet.
All right.
So, you want to go over his special moves?
Yep.
All right. So the first one
Yeah,
I
show
want to
me.
show is his spin, sword spin. Down forward 1, he does a spinny spin spin.
Spinny spin,
Okay.
spin.
It's a good combo ender. You can end your strings with it. And it has a neat effect where it will actually reflect projectiles. And it will reflect them in a
Oh.
random direction.
Oh. Ooh, look at that.
Why
But the
random?
EX one will reflect it straight.
Right back at him.
And the EX one has a really neat feature. So normally you do the EX, spinny spin spin,
Spinny spin.
knocks
So
them
it
down.
hits and
However,
collides
if
and
you use
can-
one more bar.
Okay, that's
in
cool.
addition to
I like
EX
that.
in it, he can cancel a normal cameo move or another special move into
Ooh.
it. So here's like a normal. Do spinny spin, and I'm doing 2-2, and it'll go into his 2-2 string. So you can do it with freestand, or you can do it with cameo.
That's neat.
And I'm going to call out Frost.
Awesome.
So you can use 2
Okay.
bars to do it because you have to EX it, and then you have to cancel it, but you can get bigger combos, round combos, cameo setups, you name it. So it's
Okay,
free
very
plus
expensive.
projectiles, Ends combos, and extends combos.
It does it all.
So a lot of things it can do, and again, big brawly character, but some very interesting spice on some
Right.
of the things he does.
But not high execution.
Right.
You literally just mash out the moves. So
Okay.
then let's go over his sword spin. This is back forward 4, and he turns around and spins this 100-pound sword a
Like
couple
it's
of different
nothing.
I like
times.
that.
This is another, again, you can use this to injure strings. You can use this to punish
I like
things
that
from
a lot.
distance. The EX move has armor, so it's going to be one of his better armored attacks.
Oh.
You think the opponent's going to try to poke out of one of those mix-ups I mentioned? Nope, I don't think so, sir. Sit down. Or you can use it to, maybe they're throwing a projectile from half screen. Or
I
you
am
just wanna
absolutely going to
forward.
pair him up with
I mean, it is
Tremor, I
looking pretty
think.
cool. It is looking pretty cool.
Let's also go over his counter. So he has this parry where he hulks up and
Come
if
in.
He just
your opponent
flexes on you, man.
tries to do an attack. He bops them on the head and
That's
then
very
gets a
good.
stagger, and that lets him
Oh!
go for a combo.
Wait, it's like the old
Bop,
MK
bop,
animation of the
and
spins.
then he gets a full combo, and that'll parry.
That's
mids,
really good.
highs,
As
and
parries
overheads.
go, that's really
Then
good.
let's go over.
There's more?
There's a little bit more.
Okay.
Let's go over his airstrike. So this is a move down back 2. He leaps into the air with a sword attack.
Yeah,
This is mainly
that's the one that
pop-up
looks a little
start.
bit funky.
It can also be used as a preemptive anti-air, and he can hold forward to jump a little bit higher. And on EX, it adds the little flourish for more hits,
Okay.
and that's
Wow.
gonna be kind of the key to starting his combos with his special moves.
Very cool.
Back 3.
I
Yeah.
like the effects that run down the sword. as
2-2
you play.
restand. Finishes the string.
Let's
Okay.
also go over his sword uppercut.
He hits
Down
really
forward.
hard.
If you hit 1 after, he does this downward strike. You can use that as an anti-air. You can use it to finish your combo.
That's gonna be
the EX
really good.
version has armor, a reoccurring theme. So if they're trying to poke you,
If he's just
if
rolled
they're
up in
trying to
armor,
fight
this
you,
is 1,000,000%
all that
my
kind of
character.
business, you can use the armor. You don't have to do the second strike, but it's available to get extra damage and to fake out if they're going to try to punish the regular version. You can also do the downward strike as its own special move, as down forward 1 in the air, which you can use as almost like a dive kick, except
It's a dive
he
sword.
would never
Huh.
dive kick.
It's a dive sword.
That's for girly then. That's a dive sword.
Love it.
Let's also go over his sword run. And then
Is there
I
armor?
think,
Yes.
Ha! I knew it.
this is the armored move. of
Oh.
armored moves. Back forward 3.
He's got a sword
start
run.
running,
Ah!
and you can let the button go and do the strike.
They did the thing.
cancel it.
Okay, I like that.
So he can stop.
No,
go for a
stop
throw,
it.
Go for a charge. Let it go.
So we can cancel the
The EX
scream.
version has armor. And the neat thing is, if he's close, the animation actually changes, and he just straight up
Yeah, that's
bobs
awesome.
you instead of running.
Ah. Okay.
Very cool.
I mean,
Let's
that's
also
really
go
stiff
over
looking.
one more move. 2 actually. One, it was one of the best parts of the trailer. His cameo throw. Down
Yes.
forward L2, and he literally picks up his cameo and throws it at him.
Is there any way to use your camera?
Oh, fuck.
They signed the
Yo,
contract.
Right.
can he
So
do
he's
that
not
with
a guy who throws
Motaro?
projectiles. He's not going to use,
gonna
you know,
throw
a magic
another
spell.
person.
Yeah,
Oh.
he throws a human being. You do have to wait
Okay.
for the cameo to come back.
Okay,
before
I'm
you
sold
can
on this
cameo
character now.
moves. But you essentially have a projectile that does a big chunk of damage and takes up a ton of space.
Oh.
It looks awesome.
And it looks
Looks-
Oh,
really
this reminds me of Get Help
and
from
then his
Full
last special
Ragnarok.
move is one of the neatest. We're not going to show it completely here.
We will. So after this, there is a QA fight, which we always do. You'll be able to see it in that as well. So.
But let's show it. If he is low on health, he has about 30% left. He can coat himself in this blood, and
Okay.
if you kill him in this state, the spirit of Quam will appear, and he will actually fight it and resurrect with a little bit of health back.
Ooh, so he has a resurrection.
How much
Yeah.
is a
Little
little
chance to
health?
come back.
though?
Yeah.
Nice.
Very cool.
And I think we have one more thing to show. You guys want to see the fatal blow?
Do it.
Yes.
Always. So it's a... I presume it's a full screen projectile then. That's pretty neat. Instant KO with Mataro. That's pretty cool. Doomed.
Well, that was awesome. Okay, pretty violent.
Yeah,
Dug it.
so he is pretty brutal, pretty straightforward, a lot of armor, a lot of power,
A lot of
range.
oil.
And yes,
A lot of
it's
oil.
a big sword. It takes up half the screen. He takes up half the screen.
Right.
He's very cool.
Very
Yeah.
excited for Conan. So Conan's coming very soon for you all. That was our walkthrough of Conan. We don't have a lot left today, do we?
QA fight?
Birthday shout outs.
All right.
Just when you thought we were done. All right. Happy birthday to...
Alright. As they do birthday shout-outs, guys, what do you think of Conan? I gotta admit, I wasn't that into him before. Now that we've seen him in the trailers and I'm seeing his moves a little bit more, it doesn't bother me as much. Maybe I'm adjusted to NetherRealm animations, but it doesn't bother me as much. Plus, I mean, the yeet is pretty hilarious, and being coated in armor is awesome.
Fight that QA put together for us with Conan.
I actually did this one.
Oh, did you? I bet. They put it together for us. We're going to show it to you here.
Alright.
Thank you so much for joining us here on the Combat Cast.
Let's see how he
We
plays.
will see you next time.
Bye.
Oh, new costume as well. They're probably going to show off, by the way, guys. Oh, well, that's disappointing.
Round 1. Fight.
Turn it down. It's quite loud for me. Ah, yeah, so break the armor. Ooh, that's gonna be some saucy damage. Restand. Okay, so the cancel on that looks pretty easy. Okay, armor through the plus frame. We like that. That was really sick. Wake up parry. All right, this character's kind of hype. All right, again. No. Oh. Stop whiffing, you bum. Okay, so he has 1,000 health as well, so this absolutely kills. He does look kind of fun. He does look quite fun. Okay, how much health? Don't tell me it's just 5. Just 5? That's nothing. That was pretty cool. I don't know, 5 is pretty low. And to start upon that is like a bajillion years. Alright, hit confirm, my friend. Where the hit confirms plus? Darius set up. Ooh. Yeah, it looks like he suffers a little bit in the close range. Oh, that DDT is really cool. Alright, finish the string. Yeah, he gets really good range. He can cancel that into the back too? Okay. Alright, so yeah, it takes. Fair enough, he just pressed it. How's it gonna work for Mataro? I don't know, but I need to see that shit. Please block the Losa. You're anti-airing like a god. Alright, nice punish. Scorpion didn't help you there, so I guess you're gonna toss him. The cancels are pretty neat. Good blocks. Nice jump in. I like that command grab. That is... Okay, I was gonna say, that would be really nice damage if you had the... if you spent all that meter. Right, brutality. Go on, do it. Oh, ooh, 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 the combo source of this character is actually kind of fire. Okay. Okay. I am surprised. I didn't go in with very high expectations, mind you. But he's got some pretty saucy looking combos. I like that. That revive does not look like it's worth it. The startup for that is just way too long. But yeah, the action is quite fun. I think I'm gonna have to play him to really get a feel of him, because he looks stiff, and I don't know if that will mesh with me. But if he's like coated in armor, then he could be fun. I don't know. I feel like this is one of those characters I'm going to have to play to really experience. But on paper, he ticks what I like. But, I don't know. I'm quite divided on it. I like what he has to offer. Whether or not he plays as well as I think he does in my head, that's something we have to wait and see. But yeah, guys, what are your overall thoughts? You gonna bother with Conan? Because we are going to be streaming it next Tuesday. We'll probably start up this time 1.5 hours before he normally launches. But yeah, considering this was the character I was looking forward to the least, he does actually look pretty fun. That I do definitely have to say. But yeah, chats, thoughts before I decide to wrap up and go, because I shan't be sticking around after this, because I have to edit the stream VOD for you, and also start working on that Liu Kang, well, it's that finish Liu Kang video. I'm vibing with him, look forward to the stream, we'll see how it plays. Yeah, I am cautiously optimistic. He gave me a reason to draw something fun. Please have it be something to do with the body throw. Here's one for you. You know how you joked with the you have that meme with Scorpion tossing Sub-Zero into that bush. Why don't you could do like a version like that, but with Conan. Just an idea off the top of my head, because I know you love that photo and it's so funny. But just an idea for you out there. But, yeah, I got to see how he plays, make that judgment. He looks really fun, so much more than I thought he was going to be. I got decently surprised. He looks alright. He looks like a fun time. I'll definitely be playing and streaming him next Tuesday, so keep an eye out for that one, guys. I'm going to wrap it up because I am hungry. I have not eaten today. I'm running on pretty minimal energy off the 5 hours of sleep. So I'm going to edit. Well, I'm going to eat, edit, and then get this video up and ready for you guys. But thank you again. I will catch you hopefully all on Tuesday, where we'll all hang out, do some more games and stuff. But yeah, take it easy, everyone. I will catch you then. Peace.